1 second. Boom. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead, Fall River Media, and we have also again my co-host, Annalisa. She's
Hello.
she always comes on, and we discuss politics. And today we're going to discuss the beautiful bill that probably got passed in the Senate. So Annalisa, you want to start off with that first, if you don't mind, with that beautiful bill?
Big beautiful bill.
Yes, the beautiful bill. Yes.
Well, it did pass already the Senate. Now it's at the House. So, I still think they're working it out. I still don't think it's done yet.
Well, the last time I looked, it was 216 to 212 or something. That's what I looked at. I mean, I looked at today when I was watching it live, I was like, these people, the Democrats, they never give up. They kept on coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a repeat all over again. I'm like, and Linda's like, what the heck is wrong with these people? Keep coming back for like this. I mean, if they say no, they ain't gonna hear the bill. They're not gonna hear it. So why keep coming back? You know?
Well, it's because I think it's a show for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats know they're on camera.
Yeah.
So they all came up one by one saying the same thing. And the guy who, I don't know who he was, I've never seen him before, kept repeating the same thing over to them as well. So it was the same thing, just going back and forth. But that's what the Democrats do. That's what they have been doing now, because they have no what's that music going on in the background?
That's Jake's alarm.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got an alarm going on in the background on his phone. He needs it because it's to take because of his autism.
It sounds like a music box, but
yeah, it does. Shut that off.
I get as fast as I can. Patience.
Yeah.
So I think I really don't think the Democrats have anything to stand on, because they're losing ground, and they don't have a very good approval rating either. So they have to put on a show. A show.
Well, they always have to put on a show all the time.
Yeah.
You know? And
that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me, that they're putting on a show.
There ain't nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, so I mean, it's so ridiculous, you know, when they do. Linda. And they always these Democrats, they always put things. They're always putting on a show or something. Do they know that this bill that passes, that it's going to be no tax on tips and no tax on Social Security, and
they don't care. They don't care because it's President Trump's bill. They don't care.
But if it was
because it's a Republican bill, because it's President Trump, and they're going to try everything that they can do so that this doesn't pass, so he looks bad. If it doesn't pass, that means taxes go up, and that's going to be President Trump's fault. They're going to blame it on him.
But if it was Joe Biden's bill, they'll let it go.
Yeah.
You know
they would have voted for it. They would have made a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have made a big deal. Oh, this is Joe Biden's bill, so
Right.
let's pass this bill.
Right.
But now
Yep.
it's Donald Trump's bill.
Right.
They don't want it to pass. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But too bad, it's going to pass anyways. So too damn
Well,
bad.
you know, the Republicans are very wishy-washy on this. They're very wishy-washy.
Yeah.
And it's not being passed by a majority of the vote. The Senate was 50-50.
Yep.
And then you had to get the vice president to break the tie. And now I think it's what, like you said, was it 4 votes up?
I did 4 votes up. I think. Let me take a look again because I'm not very sure what it is right now. I think it's it's 216. The Republicans got 216. The Democrats got 212. So it's I don't know what NV is because it's
no vote. That's no vote.
Yes. Yeah. So no vote.
So Republicans are a no vote, 4 of them.
Yes.
So if they voted yes, it would be 220.
Yes, it would.
Right?
But
so that would make the bill, if it was 220, 6 more votes. That would be 10 instead of what it is now, 4. It would make it 8. It would, if they voted 4 more voted yes, it would be, you know, more of an 8 spread vote and not 4. It's close.
Yes.
You know, it's close. It's not like these Republicans are just like, yeah, it's President Trump. Yeah, we want to do this. No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
Nope, they're not.
No, and I don't think it's surprising because, you know, the Senate is a very close, like the Republicans do not have a clear majority in the Senate.
No.
Okay, it's very close. And for some reason, the Republicans in Congress, a lot of them side with the Democrats, the rhinos.
Of course, yeah. And that's a number of the people, and number of the people that you want to get out of office.
Right.
The ones that the ones that are the Republicans, the ones that are deciding with the Democrats, them are the ones that that they are rhinos, and they need to be removed. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder who the no vote is. I think Thomas Massey of Kentucky might be one, but I don't know who the other 3 are.
I know one of them was talking about the bill, and he was talking highly about Donald Trump anyways.
No, I'm talking about the ones that didn't vote.
Oh, Massey.
I think Massey was one, probably. I would say he was one. Maybe Rand Paul as well.
Rand Paul, I think he was one of them too.
Yeah, I don't know. But still it's close. And even I think it's Chip who said that they're now trying to bribe the Republicans in saying yes to this bill. Yeah. Because they didn't have the votes. For some reason. And it's really, I believe, because that's what I saw on TV, like you did, about the Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it or if it had to do with spending, you know, like it's going to add money to the debt. So I don't know what it is. Could be a little bit of everything.
Well, the bill is supposed, I think I heard him say the bill is supposed to be no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the items on the bill that they're fighting over, which is Medicare and Medicaid and SNAP benefits that they want to keep. The Democrats want to keep that. They don't want to cut that.
You know why they want to keep it is because for the illegal aliens. That's why they want to keep it.
So
we all know that. We all know
right.
that.
Yeah. But they're making a big stink out of it, and the Republicans might be swayed and saying, you know what, maybe this is not a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't cut back or cut back the spending and the fraud and all that for Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP. The illegals, they're rhinos.
Yeah,
See, I think that yeah, there's a lot of work to be done here,
but they
because
gotta they gotta they gotta get it done before Friday though. So basically,
yeah, that's the unofficial deadline. Yeah,
yeah, they got it. The artificial deadline. They gotta pass this bill before Friday.
they're trying to. They're trying to.
Well, they
Yeah,
got 2 more days.
yeah. But I
Basically.
don't think they have. I don't know how many votes they need. Like, how many votes do they need
Well,
to be
yeah,
able to pass this?
I think 17 or something, maybe.
217?
I think they need 220 to break it, and to pass this bill
To break the deadlock.
to break the deadlock.
So if the no voters voted, it would have gone on. It would have continued.
Yeah.
So, but this is like stalled now. I don't know what is happening.
Well, me either. I just don't know what the hell is going on right now. But I just hope that the Republicans don't let the Dems persuade them to go the other way with it. Because
Well,
well,
I think for Massey, it's the spending
mhm.
that bothers him, not so much the cuts. It's the spending.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And I don't know what he means. I don't know if he doesn't like, what exactly doesn't he like about it? That more money is going to go to the military, that more money is going to go to the border. Like, what is it that he doesn't like that we're spending?
Well,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna
It's
say
overspending.
I want to say that well, more money is supposed to go to ICE to
Right.
continue on what they're doing, and yeah, so more money is supposed to go there,
Well, that too,
and
and other things too.
and um, and I think it's more money for the military too.
Yeah. So what is it though that he doesn't like about the spending? Like, what is he that he doesn't like? Specifically,
I
they're like,
don't even
oh, it's
know.
just going to add debt. It's already going to add the debt, trillions to
So
the debt. Okay, but what is it about the bill that you specifically don't want to see money spent on? You know what
he
I mean?
doesn't
Like, what is it that he doesn't like? Like,
he doesn't
the Democrats don't like military spending.
no
Okay,
no.
they don't look, the ICE is the same thing. More ICE agents, they don't want that either. Like, they don't like any of that stuff. But what is it that Massey and the others don't like about it? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. They just say that they don't like the spending. Spending of what in particular?
That's what I like to know.
But
Spending of what?
when President Trump said that he wants to get rid of Thomas Massey,
Yeah.
okay, well, somebody is running against Thomas Massey right now in Kentucky, where he's from. And do
Yeah.
you know that he's losing very badly?
The guy that's running against Massey.
No, Massey is losing very badly.
Good. Good.
I think it's a woman, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that right now he's not doing well.
Good. I'm glad he's losing.
So
That rhino.
yeah, well, a lot of people like him, but
Yeah.
President Trump does not like him. President Trump is
Well,
a
no,
guy.
because no, why you know why President Trump don't like him? Because what Massey's doing. You know what I'm saying Massey's screwing up everything. You know what I'm saying Massey's not working with the Republicans. Massey is working with the Democratic committee, the Democrats, the liberals. That's what he's doing. You know,
That's what it looks like. That's what it seems like. Yeah.
because
As a
I
matter
heard
of
him.
fact, somebody said, why doesn't he just go over to the Democrat Party?
Yeah. Well, if you wanna work with, if he wants to work with if Massey wants to work with the Democrats, then why don't he just move over to the Democrat Party? Then, if he wants to be a rhino, he wants to be like them. Let him go over there and go
Yeah,
work with
I
them
don't
now.
know. I don't
Cockroaches.
know. He's not. I don't understand. But anyway,
He's not too
um,
swift in the head.
but the 4 no votes like doesn't help. The other time when the bill was first introduced in Congress, there were 3 that were no votes. Now it's 4.
Yeah.
So 1 was added.
Say that again. I'm daydreaming here a little bit.
I said 1 was added. If the bill was first introduced in Congress, there were 2 no votes, and Massey said no.
Yeah.
And now there are 4 no votes. So actually, there are no Republicans that said no to
Yeah.
this bill. Okay, it's just the Democrats. But there are 4 no votes for the Republicans, and I'm thinking that that's Massey.
It
One of,
is him.
one of them is Massey.
It is him. It is Massey. I don't know who the others are, but I know it's Massey. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, but there's 3 others too.
Yeah.
And then I don't know like if there's one that they need and everybody has voted, that means they're going to have to somehow convince one of the no voters to vote yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're trying to do right now.
Is that what they're trying to do right now? Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why nothing's moved because I don't know. I don't know if they have to do the recount again. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, I don't know how many times they did the recount, but I know that they did the recount. They've been doing the recount a lot, but I know that the ICE had it the first time, but and then all of a sudden the other guy said something about to the Speaker of the House about hearing aid or something. Do you have hearing or something? And they wanted to do their own count. So the Speaker of the House said, "Well, you got 15 minutes to vote on it," and they still didn't get it right. They're good.
Well, I
Democrats are
mean,
so stupid and dumb.
this is politics. This is what happens. This is what happens in politics.
The Democrats are so stupid and dumb.
Well, yeah, them, yes, for sure.
I mean, come on. I mean, how hard is it? How hard is it to vote on a bill? Okay, how hard is it? Okay, you have to tie it up, and then you got to figure. Then you got to waste your time all day over there trying to figure out how to untie it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Donald Trump is right. Okay, when they said that he was the king, they having no king protest, and he says he's not the king, that he's having a hard time getting things passed. He is. I'll give that man a whole bunch of credit. He is absolutely right. Okay.
The Democrats are going to give him a hard time for the next 3.5 years.
Well, you know something? Trump said they can give him a hard time all he wants. Okay? They give him a hard time all he wants, but you know something? He's not going anywhere. You know something?
Yeah, but you know what's sad is that the Republicans are the ones. I mean, I expected it from the Democrats to do this to him. But I wish the Republicans were a little bit more together, like the
Yeah,
Democrats are, how they vote together, they're all in sync. The Republicans don't seem to be that way.
yeah,
So I wish that the Republicans were a little bit more, like Massey and the others can say, well, you know what? I'm not going to get what I want here, but at least in Kentucky, there's going to be tax cuts. There's not going to be any tax on tips and Social Security. Yeah, I don't like the spending. Instead of saying no vote, why don't you just say, yeah, the 4 no votes? Say yes. Like, what's the big deal?
drink. Yeah, what is the big deal? Yeah,
So why can't they just say, yeah? Why, the Democrats all voted no to the whole 212 of them, I'm guessing. And then you've got 4 Republican holdouts.
yeah,
It's the Republicans that are holding this back. It's not the Democrats.
yeah,
It's the Republicans that are doing it to themselves. They're doing it to President Trump. So, I mean, spending, every president has had spending in a bill. I don't know of any president that I can think of that tried to, not spend money. I think it's practically impossible to do that, I
yeah,
believe. No, I might be wrong. I don't know. But
yeah.
it's hard. It's hard not to. If you want more ICE agents, you're going to have to pay them a salary. You want a closed border, you're going to have to pay the military to build the wall. You want a bigger defense, you're going to have to pay for the equipment. I mean,
That's right.
what you're not going to get it for free.
Nope.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they want. Like, I don't know what they want. So,
Well, hey, what about alligator something there? What's that alligator thing there?
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz. Oh my God, man! Yeah, you were right because somebody said that there's alligators all over the place over there,
There are.
and
Yeah.
and the alligator says, when they work for ICE, they said they'll work for food.
Right.
Good. Hey,
Yeah.
detention center over. Honestly though, I never knew we had a new detention center down there. That surprised me.
Well, it's a moat. Did you see it? It's a moat. It's the detention center, and surrounding it is all water with the alligators.
Oh, and they tried running from there.
Right.
Alligators are going to be feasting for Thanksgiving.
Well, I don't think they'll have to wait for Thanksgiving if they try to escape. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't like. I've never seen anything like that before, and I thought that was a great idea. And I believe, I'm not sure because I was just listening to the press when the president went down there to go visit with Kristi Noem and others.
Yeah.
And she said that I believe it was the governor, DeSantis, who called up Homeland Security and asked them if they were willing to do something like that. I don't know if it has federal money in it. I believe that maybe it does because I don't know if it's a federal detention center.
It might be.
So I think they agreed and they liked the idea, but I don't know who came up with the idea. I don't know who came up with the idea.
That was awesome, man. I basically never knew that they were. Wait a minute, what'd you say, Linda? Okay. Oh, superfoods.
So I don't know who came up with the idea, but Kristi Noem said that if anybody else, any of the other states wanted to help, or wanted to do something that Florida did, that they
Yeah.
would be willing to help out.
Yeah.
So maybe Texas, Arizona, California, um, and maybe other states too. I don't know. So I don't think that vote for the big beautiful bill is gonna move.
Any
And
faster.
no, I think they're trying to figure out how to get more Republicans to say yes at this point.
Yep.
So
That's what they're doing. More Republicans. And I think it's to cut Medicare and cut the food stamps away from the illegal aliens too. So that's what I think.
well, yeah, I think it's the spending. I think they don't like the spending part of it, and so well, I don't know. Maybe they can negotiate something with the spending, to get
Yep.
more uh, votes from the four no voters. Maybe they can somehow figure out what to do there, to get them on their side to pass the bill. Maybe. I mean, you never know. You never know. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, this one here, I just found this here. There was a massive crackdown on healthcare benefits and fraud and received 324 defendants across all 50 states uh, accused of collaborating, defrauding taxpayers of 14.6 billion in fundings for Medicare and Medicare, Medicaid and Medicare, and other government health programs. I just found this.
Yeah, I did a live on that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, yeah. That's see. I mean, see, even people in the healthcare system and the Medicare system, right? Even they're frauding and they're taking too. You know what I'm saying? They're pocketing things too. You know,
Oh my God, yeah.
even the
You know how
people in the
many
Medicare.
you know how many doctors got convicted? Doctors, nurses,
Yeah,
pharmacists. These are all professionals.
they're fraud. They fraud the system.
Not only is it happening in this country, but Russia got involved as well.
No. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Russian government.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They figured out how to hack into the system. They figured out the system,
No.
and they were billing people they stole 1 million identities.
1 million. The Russians stole one
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
Holy. Oh
American
my God.
identities. And
Holy
they
shamoly.
Yeah, and they sent medical equipment to some of them, and they're like, one guy was like, I didn't order this, and I think he reported it. And then there was some other person that got a bill for $15,000.
$15,000.
Yeah, for medical equipment that he never ordered. That's
Oh my.
how that's the scam. See, that's the scam.
Yeah. See the fraud, the
They
scam,
want
everything
the
that's going
money.
on.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I ordered this and I gotta pay it, and then it goes to them. The money goes to them. So,
Wow.
oh, that's a big problem. That's a big
Yeah.
problem.
See. I mean, people. Wow. Russia. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Stealing
yeah.
our people's identity.
It's an international scheme that is the biggest fraud that they have found so far in
Really?
history. Yep. That's the biggest fraud right now with Medicare, Medicaid, health insurance,
They're all
SNAP.
doing it. Yeah.
Well,
They're all.
they're all over the internet too, on social media, where
I
these
know. And
girls.
you know how many people that call me up on the phone, and I tell them, I said, look, I says, Medicare don't call me, Mass Health don't call me. I said, you people are nothing but a scam. I said, you people are scams. I said, stop calling me before I turn you in. Okay. There you
these,
go.
the
people from Social Security, they call you SSDI, they call you. I said, look, I said, you people, they don't call. They'll send you a letter,
Right.
or if they
Yeah.
want you, then they'll
Yeah.
call you. But they don't call you every
They don't
single day.
call. No. No. Usually they don't. No.
I said, you know what? I said, you people are all a bunch of scams. I said, stop calling me.
There's
It's-
there are people, there are women, young women on social media that are talking about how they scam
yeah.
the food stamps, EBT cards, whatever you call them now. They actually go on social media and explain, like, not how they do it, but how they take advantage of the system.
You know how people use, you know how we got the food stamp cards now? You know how people are getting cash now? You want me to tell you this?
Yeah,
People going to like Stop and Shop.
yeah.
People going like to Stop and Shop Shores, Savers, and all that. Okay, they're going in there with the person. Okay, what the person is doing. Okay, is buying the food. Okay, on food
Mhm,
stamps. Okay, but
mhm.
what's happening is that the other person is giving them the cash for the food that they spent on food stamps. They're giving them the
Yeah.
cash for the food. That's what they're doing now. That's another way. That's another way that they're frauding too. Same way. I like to expose that.
And it's all, the taxpayer that suffers. It's the taxpayer that pays for it literally.
You know,
It's from their own pocket that these people that do that
yeah,
takes it away from people that really need it, and it takes it away from the taxpayer where they're going to have to make up the difference. It's not right. It's just not. It's just not right.
yeah.
It's just,
And I'll tell you, I mean, people like me that work, uh, people like me work, other people work, and you know something, and and people like us, we can't get food stamps. Okay, we can't
right.
get it. Okay,
I don't even want it.
okay, but no, we don't even want it because we do okay without it. Okay,
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
we
I
do
wouldn't
okay
want
with
it either. Yeah, I
you
wouldn't
know.
want it
No, and and people like us, and we can't get it, but we don't want it. But look what these people are doing with the food stamps or with the food stamp cards. Okay, these people, getting the food stamps, 200, 300, $600 a month in food stamps, or
either.
maybe more, and they're
Right.
going to like stores, and they're like, hey, look, hey, how much food stamps did you have? Oh, I got $300 in food stamps. Well, I'll give you an extra $25 if you buy me the food. I'll give you instead of you having $300, you'll have $325, $25 extra. Okay, that's how
Mhm.
they're doing it now. Okay, that's how they're doing it. They're going in with the people to buy the groceries, and they're giving and then once they get outside, I've seen this done twice. Okay, I've seen it done twice, and they're giving it. They're giving. Okay, well, okay, I had 300, so I'm getting $25 extra for take using my food stamps and buying this person's food, and now this person's got $325 in cash. Okay, this is how they're doing it. Okay, now, so I mean, it doesn't matter whether if you have paper food stamps or a food stamp card. Uh, the fraud is gone. The fraud is always going to be there. Okay, it's always going to be there. These people are going to find a way to fraud the system, no matter what.
Well, that's why we should not have, I think, this centralized system where you have an EBT card and you swipe it. It's really easy to commit fraud. It's
Yes, it
easy to
is.
commit fraud like that. So um, I think maybe it would be better if each town and city had their own little Medicare, Medicaid office or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe people could go there and decentralize it instead of having it come from the federal government. All of it come from the federal government.
I mean, it's. I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean, even if I had one time, I had one time, I had paper food stamps one time. You remember those paper food stamps? I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember those.
I think I do.
You can go to the bank. The bank will issue them to you, like Bank of America. Down at the bottom of the bank, they issue it every month. I think it would be every
You
first.
got the voucher in the mail that you want to
Right.
get them.
So and we used to get them at the bank.
Yeah.
They used to give you the food stamps like dollars, tens, and 20s, 50s.
They were books.
By the book, and people used to take them, and they used to switch them over for cash all the time. It was easier back then, but now it's even easier because now they have the card. Now they can say to the person, say, "Hey, look, I have $25. Okay, I'll give you $25 or $30 extra. How much you have in your food stamps, right?" And if the person says, "Well, I got $600 in my food stamps," and the other person ought to say, "Well, I'll give you $60 extra if you take your food stamps to buy me the food, and I'll give you $630 instead of you having $600. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how is that illegal?
It's not.
Oh.
You can't do that. It's fraud. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. If somebody has $600 in their on their EBT card, and then somebody wants $30 extra for food, but they're paying them back for the food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're giving them $30 if they. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would do that anyway. It doesn't. I don't get it. So
Yeah.
But
they do. But actually, though, they do that though.
yeah,
I mean,
but I don't think that doesn't sound illegal to me. I don't know if that's illegal.
That's fraud. You can go in trouble for that, and plus you can lose your food stamps for. You can be banned
well,
for.
Okay, I don't understand how it's
I actually
fraud
was
though.
watching Santa Fe Reacts on YouTube. It was a woman who was making TikTok videos bragging about spending food stamps on things definitely not food.
Can you hear Linda?
Yeah, it's not food, right? Yeah.
Got wind of it, and now they're stipulating that every time she was snapped on it, she got to give them receipts to prove that she didn't spend it on something she's not supposed to.
Right. Yeah, that's different.
Detailed every transaction, and
right.
additional stay on the program.
Yes. Yeah. That happens for sure.
Yeah,
because
she
again,
bragging about on TikTok and she was all cute. Not so much.
So you swipe because you swipe the card, and it's and hackers that know how to hack into these computer systems can take your information and go into your account.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time she used the SNAP benefit card, she's got to show receipts, show proof that she's not misusing it. She brought it on herself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, those are the things that need. If that was localized, that fraud.
You're gonna go on a social media platform and brag that you're.
If it was localized and this woman went to
somebody to find out about it.
If they went to the bank or whatever, if there was an office there and she was using an EBT machine, they could catch that person very quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah.
If it was if the office or somebody was in the community, like at City Hall or Town Hall or whatever, to catch the fraudsters. instead of having it centralized like it is right now, where it's way too easy to commit fraud. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. It needs to be decentralized. It has to be decentralized
We
to
have
get
to make it. We have to get it decentralized.
to have more control
Let me know if this is
of
about
it.
decentralization. If you're talking about state and local control, is that what this
Yeah.
is, what you're saying?
Did you hear
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mean more of state and local control?
We need more state and local control.
Yeah.
No, I asked you if that was what you're talking about.
Yes. Be decentralized. Yes.
What the conversation is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine if I hear one half of the conversation. I really don't know what's being said.
I think if it was decentralized, I think it would be easier to catch the fraud rather than having it centralized, which is now, the federal government, right? The federal is Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP. That's all federal. That's all over the country. It's going to take a long time to catch fraud.
Yeah.
On the federal level. It's going to take a long time. Like they did a couple of days ago. So, it's good, but I think if it was decentralized from the federal government, or they cut, like this bill does, the big beautiful bill cuts the spending and cuts the fraud, waste, and abuse, that will help too.
Yeah. I'm hoping that bill passes, though. I am. I'm very hoping that does, because I mean that bill's going to do a lot of good, but some of the Democrats, it's going to raise prices, it's going to raise this, it's going to raise that.
Well, the
It's going to make the deficit worse.
Yeah. Okay. You know
Yeah,
what?
They're always saying that. The Democrats are always saying that.
Please make it make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
It doesn't.
And then remember that one said, oh, there's not very Christian to cut these benefits.
Right.
Okay, y'all, check your Bibles. This is what you missed. 1, Jesus never took government assistance. 2, Joseph was a taxpayer. He and Mary went to be for enrollment in the city of his origin. 3, Jesus also taught his disciples, you render to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Right.
So I mean,
he said yes. To avoid offense, you should pay the taxes.
I mean, yeah, yes, but when it comes, fraud is a different story.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's too much fraud and there's too much corruption going on here. There's too much abuse going on. There's not enough, like on the state level in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's like
I added a few emojis for her. I
don't know how easy. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to get on something like that.
Water pants and fire one.
What was that, Linda?
2 Pinocchio noses, a pair of pants, and a fire.
Oh yeah, talking about more Ely.
I think you put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like the welfare system in Massachusetts is
liar, the rest of it.
There are a lot of people, I think, on government assistance in Massachusetts because the state is so expensive to live in, the high cost of living. And I did a live, I think today, on people that are employed but are not making enough money. Like, they're working. I have to deal with people
who say the straight face and Biden did a good job. Like, what?
Yeah.
They have a low wage paying job.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of people in Massachusetts in that category. I believe that there are people that are working, but the pay isn't enough and the cost of living is too high and they can't afford it, so they have to go on some kind of government assistance.
Yep. And Elisa, I'm going to hand Linda the ear sets because I have to use the facility. So, okay. Here you go, Linda. Come and sit over here for a minute. Come and sit over here.
Okay.
Come and sit over here in this chair.
Give me a minute.
All right. Come and sit over
I
here.
really can't sit in that chair. I'm not the right height for it.
All right. All right. Let me push this over a little bit. Come on. Let me push it over.
I can't sit in that chair because it's too high up
All
for
right.
me to sit comfortably.
All right. Go ahead. While I go to the bathroom. I got to take a break for a minute.
What did you say about Mara Healy? She what?
Go ahead. Go on.
I put a few emojis on Chip and Sage's live stream to say I
Oh, yeah, I saw
thought of her.
I
2
saw that.
Pinocchio noses, pair of pants,
Yeah,
and a flame. I think you got what it meant.
A flame.
Two
Yeah, that's funny.
2 Pinocchio noses, a pair of pants, and a fire. You got what that means.
Yeah. I couldn't tell what the emojis were, but now that you say it, that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Did you see what was it? Let me see. What's today? Wednesday?
Yes, it is.
On Monday, Mara Healy closed most of the shelters for the illegals.
But what she's not saying is that a lot of them are being tracked to the home-based rental assistance program.
Yeah, but the shelters are closed. The hotels where they were staying temporarily, supposedly, they have to they're all gone now. The people that lived in there are gone and been transferred.
My 2 questions is where to and on who's dying?
Guess where they went? In Taunton. This was in Taunton now. They had a hotel in Taunton where they were housing the illegals.
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, guess where they went when they got transferred?
Dish, tell me.
Fall River and New Bedford.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep. Did you know that? No.
Well, my word. I'll put David back up.
Go ahead.
You can't do the shows for both of us here at the same time. Is it no way?
Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, so I found the article on it. And Jessica Machado, she did an article on the last homeless family that left the Taunton Hotel shelter.
Taunton, yeah. Yeah,
And
there's
that
a
was
Texas people spelling it.
And that was June 30th on Monday because they all had to leave.
Yeah, that's just the beginning of this week.
Yeah, they shut down. So the illegals and the homeless in the state had to be transferred. They had to leave.
Oh my God.
And this is what she said in this article, okay, is an eye-opener. If people don't believe that the illegals are getting all the money, this article just supports the theory that the illegals are getting paid everything while the people in Massachusetts, this person works. I believe her and her husband work, but they're still making not enough. And the state will not help them.
Annalisa.
Yeah.
What? I've actually met Jess Machado. She's a great person. Her own father was a military veteran, and they couldn't get help for him. He passed away from not having proper shelter.
Yeah, and that's happening And that I hear those stories about the veterans. That's terrible. That's terrible. So she said,
it's unforgivable.
it is, it is. And so this article says, I visited the Clarion Hotel as the last family packed up and left for good. So she met this family before. She remembered who they were. And she said, last week I emailed Taunton Mayor Shauna O'Connell's office asking for an update on the shelter. And the chief of staff responded that the city had been informed that indeed the shelter would be closing. And as of last week, all families that were residing at the hotel had been resettled. And the hotel is closed for renovations because the illegals trashed it.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they get everything for free, and they
people
trash.
People are not grateful.
Right.
They treat things with contempt.
So she says, I pulled into the hotel parking lot this morning. Gone were the dozens of cars that had previously filled the space. Out front of the entrance, I saw a pickup truck and a U-Haul back open, partially filled with housewares. She approached the woman. They were the last family to leave, and she remembered who she was because they talked before in 2023, a couple of years ago. The woman went on to tell me that after years of asking for housing assistance this past Friday, just 2 days before Governor Healey's self-imposed deadline to close the shelter, the family application for assistance in housing was approved. I assumed that all the migrants who had lived here alongside the family, that they too were recipients for the home-based program. I was wrong, she said.
Mm-hmm.
We missed the financial cutoff by less than $20.
Wow.
We do not get home base. They offered us RAFT instead. I don't know what that is. RAFT.
That's a different rental assistance program.
Of course, we accepted it, but it's $7,000, not the $30,000 that the Haitians get. Mass is giving the illegals $30,000.
Horrendous.
And she's getting $7,000.
My own daughter was in a family shelter with a son on the Cape. She had been on the list to get housing for years, but the illegals had her child.
Yeah.
She's now in New York. She found a place out there rather quickly, but it's a shame that she had to go away from her family support to just get a roof over her head with her sons.
It's Massachusetts is messed up. Okay, it's messed up. It's messed up. The family who has lived in Massachusetts all their lives, this is the family that she's talking about in the article, have been paying to live in the hotel. They had been paying to stay at the hotel. They didn't even get it for free like the others. The price, an astronomical $2,500 a month for one room. When asked what it had been like living in the hotel and paying that amount when migrants were living there for free, the woman became agitated.
Oh, you see my face right now.
I wanted to bang my head up against the wall. What made me the most angry was we made too much money and they took our food stamps away. They served food here 3 times a day, but our family could not eat any of it. We were struggling, but got no help. This is a Massachusetts family that has lived there all their lives. Okay. Oh
my gosh, like the fawning over illegals.
Yeah.
Following us, kissing their feet. Oh, my own countrymen forget you.
Yeah. Another injustice, according to the family, was a room at the hotel that had supplies such as diapers for children. A woman with an infant asked to get diapers from the room, but was told that she was not a migrant, so she could not take any of her child.
That is
You believe,
disgusting. That's
can you believe
disgusting.
this? Can you
That's
believe,
disgusting.
I started to get angry for her, and who cares where we're from? A baby needs diapers.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
The
you.
woman
Just come a shout out to you. You're correct.
the woman shared that living at the hotel became a problem for her and her family from a mental health perspective. She said being homeless was already difficult, but once migrants filled the hotel, things got worse. Before the immigrants, the illegals got there, she was able to use the pool and the gym, so she would go and swim every day. Once the illegals moved in, the pool was closed, the gym was closed, and the food was closed. And she said, all I could do was stare at the four walls.
That's like
You
being in
believe?
prison. That's like being in prison.
Yes. Can you believe this? Constant calls for fire and police became commonplace, and the family spent more and more time inside their room. There were 4 of them in one room, including the woman and her husband, their teenage daughter, and the woman's mother. Outside, listen to this, outside the room, men walked naked in the hallways.
What the?
Children pissed on floors in common areas, and drugs were sold in the parking lot. Needless to say, the family is happy to finally move out of the shelter. We finally found an apartment here in Taunton, $200 more a month than what we were paying at the hotel. I wish rents were cheaper, but there is nothing we can do yet. You know what you can do? Move. When asked what kind of a difference it would make for the family had they qualified for home base, the program that pays a portion of their rent for 2, possibly up to 3 years, the woman scoffed. Are you kidding me? We would never get that. We work.
Do the right thing, get punished.
Is that pathetic or what?
My daughter told me that when she was it was a hotel in Plymouth.
Yeah.
When she didn't do laundry, these Haitian migrants would crowd ahead like they own the machines. She tried to watch close for herself and her son. But
wow.
We come first. We're first. There was staff that was actually dismissive and rude to her. She's outside once waiting for her son's school bus because he's being bused all the way to the Bedford and back. Wow. And the staff said, "Oh, your presence upsetting the paying guest. Oh, why you outside here? Wait for a child's school bus. Leave her alone."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, one of the staff was so nasty to her.
And this is really sad. As her husband and friend came down with a hand truck moving items into the U-Haul, the woman pointed to a mini fridge from their room. The hotel said we could take it. I asked what the inside was like, and I was told it is a disaster. Filthy carpets, holes in walls, broken doors. The family was told it will take between 8 months to a year to complete the renovation. Will you believe that?
Now, she's only telling you the problems you can see. That makes you wonder what issues there you can't see.
These are things that, like, you don't get to this. She was lucky enough, I guess, to go there and find this woman moving out and was able to get this information. This information is really hard to get because the media is not allowed at these shelters. As the family continued to move things into the trucks, the sign saying the property was closed to the public still hung on the front doors, a sign I looked at many times over the past 2 years. Can you imagine being out of business? Now they're going to be out of business for a year or so. Before I left, I asked the family if they knew where the 120 migrant families from the hotel had been relocated. And this is what she said. Many of them went to New Bedford and Fall River.
Oh, gosh.
So that's probably, you might have more illegals now coming into Fall River that the government is paying $30,000 each.
Meanwhile, other people can't are struggling to afford apartments, but they'll get the apartments handed to them.
I know. I know. I know. Massachusetts is all messed up. It's all messed up. It's all messed up.
I just can't. I was taking a ride in the bus, and there was a neighbor lady of ours who was trying to help a friend.
Mhm.
This woman was working 2 jobs, struggling to afford her housing cost. She tried to plan for housing. She makes $2 too much.
Oh my God.
She decided to have to quit one of her jobs and fall behind further just to get in the waiting list.
See, this is the cost of living. This is what I'm saying. You have low wage paying jobs. People have to work 2 jobs and they still can't make it. They still can't make it. It's messed up. It's messed up.
That's fine.
I don't know when I don't know when Congress is supposed to get back together. I mean, it's just there's nothing going on there.
What I noticed this morning, the speaker had to keep being a broken record, saying the man from North Carolina, Georgia, whatever, has not yielded for that purpose. About a unanimous resolution to say no to any cuts in SNAP and Medicaid. One after another, they're parroting the same words one after another, one person after another.
Yeah, and he said no to every single one of them. Tit for tat.
Like, I'm sorry, but do you is that all the words you all have in your vocabulary? Can't say anything else.
That's all they care about. They're grandstanding. They're grandstanding. They're grandstanding. These 4 Republicans that had a no vote, they need to get their act together and
if you're going to be a Democrat, run honestly label yourself as one. Don't be a fake Republican.
Yeah, the rhino. Yeah, I mean, it make it that much harder. So hopefully these 4, maybe they'll get primaried out. I don't know. I don't know.
I can only hope.
Yep, I hope so too. I hope so too. So it looks like the Mass GOP is starting to, Jim Lyons is starting to post a little bit now.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Amy Carnevale doesn't say anything. So I think Jim Lyons is saying that they need, what did he call them? Like freedom fighters or something? What do you call them?
I don't know.
Mass Alliance. Where is that? Is that the name of it? Oh, it's Donnie Palmer. I think it's, yeah.
I heard of Donnie Palmer.
Yeah, he posted it. About what Jim Lyons said about the Mass GOP. Where is it?
Can we pull that up?
Where'd it go? That's weird. Yep. So he's now starting to finally, the Mass GOP is finally starting to say, we need candidates.
Took them long enough.
Yep, it sure did. But it's Jim Lyons that's saying it. Where are the others? Oh my gosh.
Can't make this stuff up.
Very quiet.
I'm just listening. You can't make this up, Annalisa. Right?
No.
It's local election year here. It means mayor's up for re-election. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's out. City council's up is school committee. Or there's so few by the school committee. It's like the default. We keep putting the same people back in.
Well, if there are no candidates and nobody goes out to vote, you're going to have the same thing all over again. So,
I was asked to sign somebody's nomination papers. Now, the way I see it, you sign somebody's nomination papers, it's not obligation to vote for them. It basically, okay, I support your right to run for office. It doesn't mean you're going to vote for them in the polls.
yeah, no, that's what that means, that they
Yes.
can run for office. It doesn't mean
Exactly.
you have to vote for them.
No, you support the right to get a shot at the job.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the point of it.
And some people don't understand, just because I know you personally, it doesn't mean I'm casting a vote for you. You are doing it. You are supposed to be doing a job. Just as if you're in a private industry, I want to make sure that the best candidate gets the position.
Right.
It doesn't matter if I personally know you or I don't.
I know, but you know what it is? In these local elections, I don't think you have to declare what party you are, right?
Local elections have no political party. No, there's no affiliation.
Yeah, so, but I don't think that that's good, because if you elect someone, you don't know where they stand if they don't declare if they're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent.
Oh, look at this. The people who are going for fall for mayor. Just take a look. There's an incumbent. I think there's 4 challengers.
What party?
We know the current one's a Democrat.
All right.
I know. Gabriel Amble is definitely Republican. I think Carl Caesar's Republican. Mike Vandal. I don't know what the heck he is, but he's. His platform is kind of weird. Alfonso Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a guest in David's live stream. He talked about believing in the Arab method of punishment for stealing and stuff. So, we need somebody military experience come down here, but
Oh, yeah.
dude, no, just no.
I mean, he makes it sound, I mean, if he wants that, the National Guard, that means, to me, it sounds like that the crime is pretty bad.
And mayor can't summon the National Guard. That's on the state level. That's the governor.
All he can do is ask. You know, he can ask for the National Guard. Now, he can't order them to come down there.
No.
But I think he can ask them.
Hathaway. Hathaway is something else. I'll tell you that right now. Do you remember what the?
Oh, she thinks she remembers he was a guest on the show.
Yeah.
I just walked over and thought to myself, nope. Not vote for you.
What about the city council with the they want to with the million? I think it's the billionaires or the millionaires now, Linda.
That's not the city hall. That's the government. They want to extend the free bus service another year.
Yeah.
The fair share tax.
Yeah.
Let me be honest. I didn't vote in favor of it. Now I'll explain to you why. The previous tax bill went by earned income. The amended tax bill not only went by income coming in, but also by the assets you had. So if you sold the house, oops, that's more income. We got tax that.
Yeah, that's included.
Stocks and bonds. Assets.
Right.
It was assets. It was only income for people below $1 million, but above that, it was assets included. To me, that was totally unfair.
Right. Yep.
Essentially, what it's doing, Annalisa,
right,
is knocking you back down and punishing you for trying to better your station in life.
right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Massachusetts, if they keep going this way, I don't think it's going to end up being very good for the state. More people will leave.
They're gonna vote with their feet. They're gonna vote with their feet.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. I don't know if there's any other solution. I don't know if they're tyrants there, and they want to have total control. I don't think people are going to have any choice, but they have to leave.
And once people get a taste of power, they were very reluctant to relinquish it. You saw during 2020 and so forth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, this is 15 days. Oh, just a month now. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to tell you all, but emergencies don't last indefinitely. The emergencies are by nature unexpected and short duration.
Yeah, they just say that, and then they just keep it in. They're very sneaky. They're very sneaky, and like I said, more people will be leaving that state if Mayor Wu gets back in November.
Please,
and if Mara Healy gets back in next year, I think more people will end up leaving the state. Oh, well. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know, because Swampscott, they're just as bad.
It's horrid. It's horrid.
It is. It is. And it's too bad that it's gotten to this point. It really is. It's too bad. And the states that don't have the high taxes like Massachusetts and New York and New Jersey and California, how is it that they're doing fine?
Hey, Lisa, can you research this for me? Look up what's called the Laffer curve. Laffer.
What?
Laffer curve. I learned this on Prague University's videos.
What do you want me to do? Look up what?
Laffer curve. Laffer.
Laffer?
Laffer
curve. Okay. Let's see it.
It's a specific time data graph that contrasts tax rates and revenues. If you're bringing zero revenues in, if you tax rate zero, you're gonna be in zero revenues. Okay, the curve will climb up to a certain point, but once you get past a certain level of taxation, the rate will start going down.
Well, yeah, because there's no I think, Massachusetts seems like they're depending on the tax revenue now because there's no economic growth. There's no job growth.
And that
So
creates a vicious cycle. Tell me if I'm wrong, creates a vicious cycle where people don't have the incentive to don't have incentive to earn a state that's taking most of the income away from them. So I might as well pack up bags and get out.
Yeah,
there's even less overcome, and also we're going to hit the people harder who are still here.
I don't think there's any. I don't know if there is any other solution to leave unless, like I said, people come out and vote.
Mass referendum to reverse that act.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't know. Like, I would never want to live in a state like Massachusetts.
It was a bad idea. It was a very bad idea.
With taking, people's the money on people to get revenue for the state, and yet there are no jobs. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't.
It doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up, and the economy is gonna crumble.
Annalisa, tell me, what demographic of the population creates the entrepreneurs, creates the new jobs? What economic demographic does that?
I don't know. You know what it is? I think is that they want to create government dependency.
You heard about this? The guys trying to run for mayor in New York City. He wants a statewide grocery store.
Right.
He wants to punish people who are white.
Yes. Yep.
He's swapping any other ethnicity. People be yelling from the rooftops that that's discrimination and it's racist.
Well, that's bad. Like, New York is just,
and he thinks he's going to arrest the Prime Minister of Israel if he comes to visit. Dude, are you serious? Are you okay? We're worried about you.
No.
Gonna lock up the vice, the minister.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Yeah.
What an idiot.
I don't think so. What was I gonna? President.
The one that's running for mayor, Curtis.
President Trump said that if he does become the mayor, that he's gonna arrest him.
I just can't.
Can't make this shit up. I'll tell you.
Oh, you cannot make this up.
Nope.
Or he's gonna arrest him because Mamdani will not have the ICE agents come into New York City, so he's gonna arrest him for that.
It's like when Donnie say, I'm not gonna let you agents come to my city. Donald Trump.
Yes.
Tom Holland, challenge accepted.
Right. Yes, absolutely. He's been forewarned that if that does happen, that's what President Trump is going to do. And then, did you hear what he said?
Go on, tell me. Go on, I gotta hear this.
His reply was, now President Trump was threatening him to arrest him, and he was crying about it to his followers. I don't think he got any backing from it, because that's what they like to do. They want to stir up the emotion and get people angry, but I don't think it worked. So President Trump then said to him, he doesn't understand. I have all the cards. In other words, I can arrest you if I want to. He's going to. I bet you he will. And people are calling, the Jewish population in New York City They're afraid of him because he's an anti-Semite and he doesn't
There,
like
there,
the
there,
Jews.
there are a lot of Jewish. There are a lot of there's a heavy
Yes.
Jewish population in New York.
And yes, and they want him deported.
Was there anything about possible dishonesty in a visa application from this fellow? I heard something about that, but I want to verify whether it's true.
Yeah, I don't know what the application. Yeah, I don't know.
There's something he failed to disclose on his application.
He lied on it or something. Well, they're going to look into all that because if he does become mayor, which will be scary, they're going to have to get rid of him somehow because he's a communist. He's a communist.
Why would it be legal with somebody who has sympathies with our enemies to run for an office here?
I don't, that somebody was saying, I forget who it was, saying that this happened because he has organizations and he has groups that support him. This guy said there's no way he could have done this by himself.
Oh, naturally not.
No way. There's no way.
He's definitely not alone. He's definitely not moving on his own. He got backing somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got more than one backing. He's got, they think, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I do hope the good people in New York have more sense to vote him in. They don't fall for the "I'll take care of you" rhetoric. No.
The people that voted for him are the same ethnicity.
I noticed he had campaign ads in a foreign language.
Yes.
When he took in English, that should not be permitted.
Right.
You can't be cloak and dagger saying things to people don't speak English, and then the English-speaking people, you're not going to give them the interpretation of that message.
I think there were subtitles, and it was all about rent freezes, city-controlled grocery stores.
What happened? You drive the private enterprise out of business, and the city does the price fixing, and people can't afford the food. We don't have a monopoly with a private or public.
Why? I don't understand why these people would vote for this. It's nuts. It's just nuts. It's communism. It's communism.
Do you think that a lot of the message is fear motivated? Oh, you can't take care of yourself. You can't do this or that.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what they're like. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh, you can't vote Republican. You'll starve. You lose your health insurance.
Yes.
I have people near and dear to me say, "Oh, I told Trump is cutting Social Security." I said, "Where'd you get information from? Stop.
Right.
Let's check into this before we become afraid."
They're thieves. These people are thieves. The people that support socialism and communism are thieves. They think they're going to get rich off
Karl Marx was a freeloader.
He was a bum. Karl Marx was a bum. He did absolutely nothing. He did not work. He did not work.
Nope.
He lived with his friends. One friend over here, he was hopping from home to home with a family. He was married and had, I think, a child or something like that. Even with the family, he was hopping from house to house.
And he was never get the censure of the church or the community. Like, dude, this is wrong.
He didn't do anything. He was a bum. He had no money.
And nobody called him out for his actions.
No, they lived with his friends. He lived with his friends. They felt bad for him. They sympathized with him.
He knew how to play like a fiddle.
And this is the same thing, like what's going on here with this communist and socialist programs. It's gotten out of hand. It's out of control. The fraud is out of control. That's why they're fighting so hard for it.
I just can't. Oh my gosh. Hey, you want to take
Yeah.
over this part?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna
I
take
yield.
over. All right, she's gonna yield, and I'm gonna take over this part. Yeah, because it push over Linda.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Legalese, legal talk. I yield.
Yeah. Legal talk. Yeah.
All good?
So, it's yeah. No, but I've been sitting here all along, and Linda's been doing pretty good with it. You know what I'm saying? So Linda's been doing good with it.
She's
So,
not as talkative as you are.
No, she's not. You know what I'm saying?
What?
You're not as talkative as I am.
No.
No, she's not. You know what I'm saying?
I listen well.
But there's been no, she's not. She's not so much talkative. Former reporter put something up. I'm trying to find it now. There was something. Let me see. Let me try to find it here. He put something up, and
Who did?
about Coogan.
Really?
Yeah, former reporter. I'm just trying to find it. I'm just trying to find. Oh, wait a minute. I got it right here. He did put something. He did put something up here. I'm just trying to. Oh yeah. Something with the Fall River sees a spike in mental health and break-in and entering calls in June. There's been a lot of that going on right about now. Yeah. So he's. This is how he narrowed it down. He says, according to the Fall River Police Department, mental health and break-in and entering calls spiked in June compared to May, despite May having an extra day. Fall River police officers responded to 170 mental health calls in June compared to 114 in May and 33% increase. Officers also responded to a 90 break-ins and entering calls in June compared to 66 in May and 20% increase.
Yeah, isn't June Pride Month?
Yes, June is Pride Month. Yes, June is Pride Month. Yeah, that's what that is. I would say something, but I mean, I'm gonna be nice about it.
I mean, I don't know if that's why, but it's a very strange coincidence that June just so happens to be Pride Month in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
And there's a spike in crime and mental health.
Yes, it is, and I got the June call statistics right here. He actually put it up. Domestic violence, 255, and 255 in June, 267 in May. Fights, 73 in June, and 63 in May. What the hell? Just messed that all up. Let me see here.
Do you want me to take care of that one?
Yeah, you want to take care of this one?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Linda's going to take care of that one.
FRPD saw a total of 4,052 calls in June, average 135 per day, with 3,907 in May, average 126 per day. Okay, it says, okay.
That's a lot.
Okay, that was the bottom of the article. It says, according to the Fall River Police Department, mental health and entering calls spiked in June compared to May, despite May having an extra day. Fall River police officers responded to 170 mental health calls in June compared to 114 in May, a 33% increase. Officers also responded to 90 break-in and entering calls in June compared to 66 in May, a 27% increase. Everett PD saw a total of 4,052 calls in June, averaged 135 per day, 3,907 in May, average 126 per day.
Aren't the kids out of school too now?
Yes. The last day of school was actually Friday, the 21st.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's Pride Month, the kids out of school, no jobs. This is what happens.
Oh, look at this. Can I read this article here?
Go ahead.
More socialism, more robbery. Massachusetts lawmakers are considering a novel approach to fund road maintenance while addressing the state of Bristol's climate goals, but the proposal is sparking debate over its potential impact on residents' driving habits. This is from the New Bedford Guide. Bill S. 2246, sponsored by Senator Cynthia Stone, Cream, spelled 2 E's, Democrat, which can be seen here and currently under review, proposed a task force to study a vehicle miles traveled fee as an alternative to the declining gas tax. This initiative, sometimes referred to as a Freedom to Move Act, aims to align transportation policy with Massachusetts targets reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 50% in 2030 and achieving net zero by 2050.
Oh my God.
However, critics warn it could lead to drastic residents based on miles we're seeing concern about personal freedom and equity. The gas tax, a primary source of road maintenance funding, is losing effectiveness as fuel-efficient vehicles and electric vehicles become more common. Transportation accounts for 37% of Massachusetts emissions, and light-duty vehicles traveling 57,191 million miles in 2023, a figure projected to rise to 59,100 million by 2030. The state faces pressure to find sustainable funding while curbing emissions. Bill S. 2246 does not impose a miles-based tax, but tasks a group to explore its feasibility, including cost, implementation methods, and exemptions from low-income or rural drivers. Proponents argue that a vehicle miles tax fee could be fairly distribute the cost of road maintenance, ensuring that all drivers, including electric vehicle owners, contribute equitably. The state's goal of 200,000 zero-emission vehicles by 2025 remains unmet, with less than half that number registered last year, underscoring the urgency of innovative policies. However, the proposal gets ignited controversy. Critics, including Massachusetts Fiscal Alliance, claim it could evolve into a system that tracks and limits personal vehicle use, potentially finding drivers who exceed state-mandated mileage caps. Rural residents, in particular, fear disproportionate impact and note concerns about the bill's practicality in areas with limited public transit where long-distance driving is a necessity. The initiative is part of a broader decarbonization push that could reshape daily life. While the bill itself remains exploratory, focused on studying rather than enacting a VMT fee, the prospect of taxing mileage has drawn national attention, with some calling it government overreach. The Joint Committee on Telecommunications, Utilities, and Energy, Massachusetts findings could shape whether residents face a future where driving habits are taxed with alternative solutions emerge to balance environmental goals and personal ability. For now, the state is studying options, not imposing them, but the debate over how to move freely while protect the planet is far from settled. How about this? You leave our drive choices alone.
Oh
Back
my God.
Back off. We drive what we want to drive. Stay out of it.
I'm telling you, more and more excuses to leave the state. This is insane. This
It is
just
insane. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Just like you thought it couldn't get worse, here you are.
I know, right?
And every day they give me. But I think they couldn't get any stupider. They proved me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Did you hear that? She said,
Yeah.
She says, prove it wrong.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can do
proved me
that.
wrong.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Annalisa. That's why I love Linda, because Linda knows exactly what she's talking about when she talks. I'm telling you.
You know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about too. But I mean, but see, Linda knows more. You know what I'm saying? You know, because Linda's smart. I mean,
I'm much of a talker, but I'm always listening.
I'll tell you one thing. She may not be much of a talking, but she does listen.
Well, yeah, when you're not talking, you're listening.
Even when people think I'm listening, I'm hearing.
Oh, she is hearing. Trust me.
Oh yeah, she's
you know, it's even when I even when I'm in the next room and she's out here in the living room open and I'm talking inside the bedroom, yeah, she can hear everything I'm saying. Believe it or not.
You can actually, you're all the way over there. You actually heard me? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually heard. She
This is
actually
like-
heard me.
Oh no.
No, that's no to not say nothing.
That's funny. That's
Oh,
funny.
I'm telling you, she is. She could be sitting there, even when Linda was going to college, like to UMass and BCC and all. I mean, when she got home, she was doing it. She does her like her paper the homework, like the papers to bring back to the professors. And sometimes I'll be in the next room and I'll be talking, right? She'll say, she says, she's quiet, but she said, I can hear you, but she can hear me and also do the paperwork at the same time, believe it or not. Yeah. She's got good hearing.
Did you hear about the the shelters that are shut down now? Near
Yeah,
the
the shelters are
illegals?
shut down. Yeah, the shelters, yeah, they're shut
Do you
down now.
know?
Yeah,
Do you know in Taunton, right? They had a shelter in Taunton.
yeah, I know
Do you
they
know
did.
where
Yeah,
the families went?
where?
Fall River and New Bedford.
The Clarion and Taunton.
So they transferred them from Taunton to Fall River and New Bedford.
Yours.
Yeah.
For real? Are you kidding me?
For real?
How many people we have
Yeah,
here trying
really?
to find housing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, these
Let
are
me
illegal
send you.
aliens.
Let me
Go
send
ahead.
you the article. Let me send you
Go
the
ahead.
article.
I want to.
Okay.
Yeah. Send me the article. I want to see the article.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I sent it to you on Messenger.
Okay. Yep. The latest homeless family leaves the Taunton Hotel shelter, and the last homeless family leaves Taunton Hotel shelter. So they went to.
Open it up. Open it up.
I'll try to open it up. Wait a second here. I'm trying to open it.
Click. Just tap on it.
I am. I'm trying to. Oh no, you wrote it. You didn't send me the whole article.
What do you mean?
There,
All
right
right.
there.
Hold on. Let me open it up. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Because it must be blocking any hyperlinks.
It must be blocking my hyperlinks.
Not your hyperlinks. Any hyperlinks she's sending you.
Yeah, anything you're sending me, it must be blocking it.
Okay, let me see if I can do it this way. Here it is. Hold on.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
can't.
it's gonna go onto my timeline, so you can read it there
Okay,
on Facebook.
okay. Yo, it's going on TL timeline. All right, let me go to Facebook
Yeah.
now. TL timeline. Where'd it go? Well, you got a lot of videos up there. Holy shit! Damn, trying to find it now.
It should be the first one. It didn't come in yet?
No, wait a minute. The last homeless. Oh, I got it right here. It says the last homeless family leaving the Taunton Hotel shelter.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's the one. Open it up.
Earlier this year, Massachusetts Governor Moore Healey doubled down on the promise to close all
Go
hotel
down to the
shelters.
bottom. Go down to the end. It tells you where they're going. Go down to the end of the article.
The hotel me taking Holy shit. They are going to Fall River, New Bedford. What the hell? They're going to Fall River, New Bedford.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
from
A lot
Taunton.
of them. A lot of them.
Where is ice?
My ears, mercy, please.
Where is ice?
Yeah.
I'm calling ice. That's it. I'm calling ice. I have the 1-800 number. I'm calling them.
That's
I
right.
know where all the.
Tell her there's a rate on a.
I know.
on a jail
I
place
know
in the
where all
morning.
the legal aliens are
No,
going.
you
Do you know how much the state is
State-
paying them to
right,
move?
the
How
bed was
much?
rated.
$30,000 each
30
family.
$30,000 for each family to
Yeah.
move them from Taunton to New Bedford to Fall River.
Yeah.
These illegal
The
aliens.
illegals.
Home-based
Yep.
The
program.
illegals.
Yep.
Holy mackerel.
Yep.
This is horrible, man.
Basically, it's sent by the landlords to rent to illegals instead of
Yeah.
American citizens and legal
Yeah.
immigrants.
Listen, everybody. If you see any illegals in your town,
David,
if you see any illegals in your town in New Bedford or Fall River, please call ICE and let them know, because we need to get these people out of here. The government is paying them $30,000 for each family to stay here, and this is not right. Okay, this is
No.
wrong. Okay,
No.
this
Wait
is
until
horrible.
wait until you read the whole article and find out that the family that's been in Massachusetts all their lives get nothing from the state.
I'm going to read the whole article. It might take me all day, but I'll read it. Earlier this year, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey doubled down on her promise to close all hotel shelters by June 30th, 2025, and for the last one sight of the made of good on her promise. I first visited the Clarendon Hotel in Taunton in May of 2023. Just a day after I was snipped off that the city-only hotel had begun to house immigrants shipping to Massachusetts by the Biden administration. By the first visit to the hotel was on a quick one. I was thrown out by staff without a minute of entering the building and asking questions. I visit the hotel almost a dozen more times over the next 2 years. I include today for any and deepest look into the shelter. You can read my 3-part series on
Series, dear.
series on it here. So last week, I emailed Taunton Mayor Sean O'Connell office and asking for an update on the shelter chief of staff. Leighton Marine responded that the city had been informed that the indeed of the shelter would be closing. It, as of last week, all families that were residing at the hotel had been resettled. As I pulled into the hotel parking lot this morning, it's gone where the dozens of cars that had previously filed a space out in front of the entrance. I saw a pickup truck and a U-Haul back open, previously filling with a houseware. I approached the door and found a woman sitting next to the truck. I asked her if she was leaving the shelter, and she said she was. I asked her how many families were left inside. We are the last family to leave, perhaps not to consistently. I recognized the woman. We had spoken before. She and her families arrived at the shelter back in 2023, just a week before it became a shelter for immigrants. The woman and her families scarce emergency housing at the hotel and had been there ever since. They were not immigrants, but just a family down on their luck. The woman wanted on to tell me that after years of asking for housing assistance this past Friday, just 2 days before Governor Healy self-imposed deadlines to close the shelter, the family's application
She's a tyrant.
for assistance in housing was approved. I assumed that I like the immigrants who had lived here alongside their families, that they too were recipients for the home base program. I was wrong. We missed the financial cutoff by least that $20. We do not get home base, but they offer us a RF raft instead. Of course, we accept it, but it is 7,000, not the 30,000 that the Haitian gets. The families who had lived in Massachusetts all their lives had been paying to live in the hotels. The prices as astronomical, 2,500 a month. When I asked what is had been like living in a hotel, paying that amount when the immigrants were living there for free, the woman became a g i t a t
Agitated.
huh? Agitated. I wanted to bang my head up against the wall. What made me the most angry was we made too much money. They took our food stamps away. They served food here 3 times a day, but our families could not eat any of it. We were struggling, but got no help. Another just injustice, according to the families, were a room at the hotel that had supplement such as despair for children, a woman with an infant asking to get diapers for the room, but was told that she was not an immigrant, so she could not take any of the take any of her child's. I started to get angry for her. Who cares where from a baby needs diapers? The woman shares that living in a hotel become problems for her and her family from a mental health perspective. She said being homeless was already difficult, but one immigrant filed a hotel thing got worse. At first, we had a pool and a gym. Here I was out working, was out of work and was had no apartment, but at least I got up every day and swam. I used the gym, and they even had a restaurant on site that we could eat at once. The illegals moved in. They closed the pool. They closed the gym. They closed the food. All I could do was stare at the four walls. It became very depressing. I continued calling for a fire, and police complied, and the families spent more and more time inside their room. There were 4 of them, and in the room, including the woman and the husband, and their teenagers and daughters, and the woman's mother outside of the room. Men walking naked in the hallways, children pissing on the floor in commons areas, and drugs where it's sold in the parking lot. Needless to say that the families is happy and financially moved out of their shelter. We finally found an apartment here in Taunton, $200 more a month than what we were paying to stay here at the hotel. I wish rents were cheaper, but there is nothing we can do. When asking what kind of difference it would make for families had they qualified for home base, the programs that pay a portion of their rent for 2 possibilities up to 3 years, the woman scoffed. And are you kidding me? We would never get that. We work as her husband has a friend come down with a hand truck and moving them items into the U-Haul. The woman pointed to a minimum fridge from their room. The hotel told us we couldn't take it with us if we wanted it. They offered it us whatever was in our room. They are going to completely renovate the place, so it all has to go. Yeah. Wow. That is a shame. Hello, Annalisa?
Yeah, did you catch that family that she was talking to was only getting $7,000 to move,
Yeah, I
and
caught that.
the illegals were getting 30,000,
Yeah. The illegals were
and
getting 30,000. Yeah.
they trashed the
Mike
hotel,
Urban on his YouTube channel mentioned that.
Wow.
and the hotel was trashed,
Yeah.
And he
and
talked
so
about
now,
going to one of these migrant hotel style shelters and asking questions and being turned away and shut down and told to leave.
yeah, I know, I saw that.
You'll use our tax dollars to shelter these people, but yet we ask questions. You don't want to. You tell us to shut up and go away. No.
So this hotel in Taunton is going to take
Hand over your money and shut up. Shut up.
is going to
That's basically
take
the
8
message they're
months
giving.
to 1 year to renovate.
8 months to 1 year to renovate.
Yeah, because they trashed the place.
Yeah, wonderful. See?
They can't make it. Means the hotel can't make any money in the meanwhile.
So they can't make any money in the
Basically, the
meanwhile.
staff's all out of work now.
So all the staffs are out of work.
So they get the illegals got free food, shelter, and everything. Another $30,000 to move. Well, they were getting paid for everything anyway, but they got $30,000 to move from home base, and they trashed the hotel.
That's awful. That's a shame.
And the stupid state and stupid Mara Healy still wants to give them money. While they go around ruining all the properties
cares
that they
nothing
go to.
for the hardworking tax-paying citizen of the state at all. Nothing.
So can you imagine?
Needs of revenue for her.
So can you imagine they're going to go to Fall River or New Bedford? These illegals, everything is paid for. They're going to trash the place there too.
They're going to trash it all, and Moy Healy's getting, and Moy Healy's still supporting them. What is wrong with that woman?
What's wrong with everything that's going on in that state? It is so backwards. This is so backwards. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
What is wrong? What is wrong with the state senators over here? What is wrong with the state representatives over here? What is wrong with Moy Healy? What is wrong with Mayor Paul Coogan? that's also involved with this nonsense.
Yeah, they all are because they're getting paid for it. Because they're
So
getting paid.
these illegal aliens are getting paid $30,000, right? But they trash the hotel, okay, right?
Yeah.
And now they're going to come to Fall River, New Bedford, and they're going to trash our hotels too as well.
No, it's not going to be at a hotel. It's going to be at an apartment.
Apartments, which is being paid for by taxpayers.
Yeah, it's going to be an apartment, not a hotel. They can't go to the hotels anymore.
So it's going to be an apartment. So they're going to trash. They're going to trash the house.
Probably. Yeah, of course. So whoever took them in, the landlords that agreed to have the state pay for them, have fun fixing up your place when you put them in. They're going to trash it.
My landlord would never put them in here. But you know something?
Thank God, because they ruin it.
This right here. This is a beautiful house.
This is gorgeous here.
This is gorgeous over here. My landlord would not ever put any of them people here at all. She's my landlord. My landlady is fussy who she rents her apartments to.
That's good, and hopefully it stays that way.
Very fussy.
It does. It's been out.
That family salted. They're the best people.
You know something? My landlady is the best person.
But there are a lot of people that will take state money because they know that they're going to get paid every month.
Hardworking.
And
they're going to get paid every month. And those illegals are going to trash the apartments. They're going to trash. They're going to trash the place.
They will. They will trash it.
They will.
And you know something?
I think they can take a lot of pride in their properties.
And you know something? They do. They take a lot of pride. But my landlady takes a lot of pride on her apartments. Okay? Yeah, she does.
I know, but I'm not. I know, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that are taking them in.
The parents were immigrants.
Oh, she's talking about the landlords too. That the ones that are taking the immigrants in. So
I'm talking about the ones that said yes.
It pays if you're a landowner to be cautious.
Be cautious.
My uncle owned a free tenement on the South End.
They're illegals.
They can tell you how the laws are very tenant centric. They can tell you how hard it was to evict a problem tenant.
Oh, she's talking about
the illegals should not be getting anything.
No, my uncle when they owned the free tenant in Fall River, my uncle had a problem tenant. He had to evict. He had to go to court, and that apartment was trashed when the guy finally got out.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, because I know what Linda's talking about.
Yeah.
Linda's talking about that.
My uncle and aunts house.
Yeah, well, I call him my uncle because I've known him for a long time, and I call my aunt Shirley my aunt because I've known her for a while too, and they owned a house down. They owned the house, and and they know how it is to to when somebody's not paying the rent in there. And they're getting ready to throw out, and then they trash the house later. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
2020
is what I'm saying is that these people have everything that they need.
You notice that property owners will not give a single moratorium on the mortgage payments.
Okay.
So if their tenants weren't paying the rent, they still had to cover the mortgage on that and had to fix everything.
I'm talking about.
But she's talking about illegals.
I'm talking about like the illegals have everything paid for, but they still trash the place.
The illegals have everything paid for, and they still trash the place.
What we don't appreciate, we don't take care of.
Okay, I mean. How ungrateful can you be?
They did nothing. Of course, it's not going to be appreciated.
They get everything for free, and they trash I mean, I don't get this. I don't
When you have
understand it.
when you have to work to get something, you gotta take more careful maintenance. You're gonna maintain that more carefully. Keep that clean.
These people are not going to go to work because Mara Healy and others have given them money for not doing anything. They're not here to work. They are here to ruin
This current policy is a serious injustice.
the communities. That's what they're here for. They're not
They're
here to work.
they're here to live for free. That's what they're here for. And Moy Healy and Moy Healy is still supporting them. That's why I want that. That's why I want her out of office completely. I want her out of office. She should be gone. Okay, she should have been gone out of office permanently.
She's essentially betrayed the people of the state.
Okay,
she's essentially betrayed them.
What? I don't understand. Like the ticket right now for the governor's race is Mara Healy and the 2 Republicans, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So if the Republicans split the vote, Mara Healy is going to win.
Well, I hope they don't split the vote.
Well, but you got 2 Republicans on the ticket. You don't have 2 Democrats on the ticket.
Why would we need 2 Democrats on the ticket?
Because the splitting of the vote. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have 1 Democrat and you have 2 Republicans. That means in the 2 Republicans, they're going to split the vote.
And Moy Healy's going to end up winning again.
And Mara Healy will end up with the majority.
She has gone so far.
Do you understand the strategy? Do you understand the strategy?
I understand the strategy now. I do understand.
Okay, so why aren't there 2 Democrat candidates? Because they don't want to split the vote.
Nope, because they want Moy Healy to win again. That's why.
Yes,
I get it now. Yeah, I get it now.
Right. This is a problem.
Yeah.
And the mass GOP, they need to come out and they need to support 1 candidate, 1 Republican candidate. But they're not doing that.
Nope.
They're not doing that.
So the GOP won't do it neither.
They're not going to, because they want the vote to be split so that Mara Healy will win.
Yeah. Mara Healy should go to a investment club.
So if the mass GOP is not going to come out and support 1 Republican candidate, at least, that means the voters are going to have to think about who they're going to vote for a candidate and hopefully just pick 1 Republican that will get most of the votes and hopefully surpass Mara Healy.
I'm hoping. I wish I had money. I'd run for governor. I wish I had it.
I know, but you would run as a Republican.
Yes, I would.
I know, but that won't help.
If I did that, I'd be running as a Republican.
And I hate being in a fishbowl.
That means the vote will be split again if there are 3 Republicans on there.
And then I would have to hire you as my, my lieutenant governor. To take care of business up there.
Well, Jim Lyons, I think, needs to speak up here and endorse a candidate. He needs somebody in the mass GOP has to endorse a Republican candidate. What does President Trump do? Remember when he was on the campaign trail, how he endorsed candidates?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I mean, he's the head of the Republican Party. Where is the mass GOP?
I'd like to know where he is.
Where are they? Where are they?
Yeah. You know where he is?
Well, the chairperson is a woman,
Yeah.
Amy
Well,
Carnevale. She
well,
hasn't
God.
she hasn't come out to endorse a candidate. The party hasn't come out to endorse a candidate in Massachusetts
Well, I
for
have
governor.
maybe the Republican committee has to.
It
I'd like to
doesn't
come.
matter. The point is that they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
The point is that they haven't come out and said we endorse Brian Shortsleeve because whatever we want him. They don't do these things.
No.
How is any Republican candidate supposed to move forward if they don't have the backing of their party?
Yeah. You got a point. No, you have a point.
How is this going to work? It's not going to work. You're going to have another mess on your hands in Massachusetts.
Yep. And
And
more Healy's gonna make that mess if the GOP don't step up.
if she gets reelected, that state is in huge trouble.
Yeah.
Huge trouble. Huge. Huge. Huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. Okay, it's already on its way with her being in there again another 4 years. She is going to ruin Massachusetts. And Michelle Wu, if she gets back in as mayor of Boston, she's going to ruin Boston. It's already on the brink, David.
Well, you know something? Boston's already a shithole.
Michelle Wu will not let the Boston police arrest drug dealers.
Okay. Well, Mayor Wu won't let the Boston police arrest for your drug dealers.
No.
So wow.
Who does she think she is?
Who does that woman think she is? That woman needs to be put in jail herself.
She's the mayor, and she is the boss of the Boston police, and she told them not to arrest the drug dealers.
Well, you know something? How is the Boston Police Department supposed to do their job? She's like a dictator, just like Mayor Paul Coogan is a dictator.
Yeah, she's a criminal coddler.
She's a criminal coddler, just like Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor Paul Coogan is a criminal coddler too. He needs to go to his boss.
And do you remember? Yeah. Well, the holiday party. Do you remember the holiday party? Oh, do you remember Michelle Wu's Elected of Color holiday party?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, there he is. She's also a racist.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about that. She's a racist, and she's a criminal as well. Oh,
racist, a commie, racist, criminal coddler.
Communist.
Deserves to be recalled, booted out immediately.
You would think that people in Boston would be up in arms.
This is like total ridiculous.
For not arresting drug dealers, and now you have drug addicts all over the streets. You would think that people would be up in arms about that. Why aren't they upset about this? Like, why aren't they upset?
Something smells rotten there.
Yeah, I mean, the whole state is like this.
Do you also recall, Annalisa, when she was first elected, she made city council inaccessible.
Yeah.
She put ordinance that you can't protest within so many feet of a government official's house or you'll be arrested.
Yes. Yeah. She did
Who
that
does she think she is?
She's a communist. I'm telling
communist,
you. Anti-American
she's a communist. Rat. That's what she is. She needs to be booted out.
And I still don't understand why people are not outraged.
If there's justice, she'd be arrested and marched out of office.
I think Maura Healey should be arrested too and marched out of office too. Same thing. She's another communist.
I just don't
too,
understand
with
why
Mayor Wu
people.
too, because she needs to go too as well.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are not
Jesus.
saying anything about this. I just don't get it. I
Yeah,
really
tell
don't
the
understand
Boston
it.
Police Department to stand down and not arrest criminals. Moy
Right,
Healy and Governor Wu.
Well, how about
Mayor
these
Wu's
states where if you shop at less than $1,000, we will arrest you.
right. I mean, this is how, growing up in Massachusetts, it was never like this.
Nope.
It was never like this.
And then you got shopkeepers have to put stuff behind locked cabinets so it doesn't get stolen. Eventually, they spend so much
Yes.
security that closing shops in the poor neighborhoods. What do the people scream? What people scream? Racism.
Right.
Well, if you can't get robbed, you're not gonna be able to stay in business.
It's all screwed up. It really
screwed
is.
up.
It's
It's
just
ridiculous.
screwed up. It really is. It's all screwed up. It's terrible.
You remember that lady on the bus
Yeah, I
who
remember
drives
her.
didn't want to let her off at a certain stop?
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, I checked. That's a stop. That's a stop. You can't let it was a stop."
Oh, guess what?
And she
The
said, "Oh,
the Congress has come back
release
on. It's 219 to 212.
For no reason. When I told her it wasn't a stop on Jefferson Street.
So did the bill pass?
219. Which of the A's, which of the nays?"
The yeas are 219 Republican, 212 nays. The no votes dwindled from 4 to 1. So 3 have changed their votes to yays.
Wow.
That's the Republican Party. So now one has held out, and I bet you that's Tom Massey.
Mm-hmm. Now
It's 220. They've all the Republicans have voted yes on the bill.
12.
Wow, all unanimous.
Yep. It's all.
That
So
is
what
an
happens now?
unanimous vote.
Is this now? I know for this will start the House of Representatives, all this start in the Senate. The guy passed a majority of each house has to vote as a yes on the bill, and it has to be the same version in both houses.
Yeah, well, they just passed this bill.
So
They
I'm
agreed
calling out
on.
the
So
Republicans 219 to 212. So it's an
no,
unanimous
it's 220
vote,
now.
Almost.
It's 220, David.
Wow.
Yeah. So that definitely that
That's
bill's
the
gonna pass.
House of Representatives. We have 50 senators.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 100 senators, 2 in each state, 50 states. So there's 435 representatives. 219, 212, 220, 212. That's 432. There's only three votes left there. So there's no way that those going to catch up to the yes. There's just no way.
So that's going to be a clean win.
There's 435 members in the House of Representatives. 435 members House of Representatives. So 418, 218 with the least they need to get a majority vote on the measure.
And there's no way they're going to catch up to the Republicans.
So
it's done. It is done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that bill.
There's only 3 votes. 220, 212. That's 432. That's 432. Is only 3 votes outstanding. There's no way to catch up.
So all the Republicans that were a no vote, there were 4 of them, all switched to yays. That's what did it. That's what
I
did
like
it.
the process behind. I like the process that they got to that.
Yeah, right.
There's no way they're going to catch up to the Republicans now. So I mean,
that's important.
219 to 212. Yeah.
That these people don't go.
The Republicans got more yeses than the Democrats right now. So.
Did you also hear one of the Republican House in the House of Representatives saying that this is cutting illegals from the for the programs, and save it for the most vulnerable. But people who work and can afford the coverage, get it privately.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's about protecting it for the most vulnerable, the most people actually need it.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
It is.
This is amazing.
Well,
that
there's no way.
all the Republicans voted yes. This is amazing.
That bill's going to be passed just like that. Watch.
I'm like, I can't believe that no voters went to the yays.
And of course, that bill's going to be passed.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
There's no independent votes. There's no independent votes.
Nope.
The Democrats are still got on to 12. We're on to 219. The Republicans
just
are on
remember,
to 219.
We have 455 members in the House of Representatives, David. If you divide that number by 2, that becomes 217. Just one more above that. So I mean, 418 is at least you can have. Sorry, 435 divided by 2 is 217.5. So you need to have 218 votes for measure to carry. The Senate has 100 members. They can deadlock, but the tiebreaker vote will be the vice president.
Oh, this is great news.
There you go.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
There's no way that they're going to catch up now.
What do you think of the detractors say that it's going to raise a deficit?
It's not going to raise the deficit. They're wrong. Okay. I had a lot of people tell me that it's going to raise the deficit, and there's no way that bill is going to raise the deficit. There's no way that bill is going to raise inflation. Okay. I mean, no, it is going to raise. Wild stories about.
He can't hear me. He can't hear me.
Okay, I'm going to put him on with you.
Yeah, he can't hear me.
Annalisa, these people raise, okay, a stink about this bill. Okay, it's gonna raise inflation. It's gonna raise taxes. It's not gonna raise anything at all. Okay.
No, it's not going to do any of that, but it is going to add to the debt. It is going to
add to the debt. That's what it's going to add. It's going to add to it.
But I mean, that is not anything new, unfortunately. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We're just going to have to look. It's tax cuts. So, on overtime work, Social Security, all those things. And hopefully the Medicaid and Medicare and SNAP will be finally taken off from the illegals. They should not be getting anything. They need to go home. They need to self-deport. Go home.
The illegal aliens need to go self-deport and go home. That's what they need to do. Go home, go see your families, and that's it. Right. Go work in your own country. You want to come back? You want to come back here? Fine. Come back here on red tape if you want to come back here.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
No more free food stamps. No more free welfare.
No more free nothing.
No more free Social Security checks. No more free this and free that from us. Stop scrounging off of us. Okay.
Right.
Go back home. Go back home and go be with your families back home and go scrounge off your own government.
That's right.
That's
exactly.
Trump did say those who self-deport can apply to come back the proper way later.
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't come back here, but something, go self-deport, and maybe if you go through some red tape, maybe you can come back here and do things the right way. Okay, this because it's the American people, we are here struggling ourselves. Okay. We are struggling ourselves, okay? We got problems with the homeless over here, okay? We got problems with housing over here, okay? We got a mayor that's a screwball, okay? That's Mayor Paul Coogan, okay? He knew about the assaults that went on in Durfee High School. There was a teacher or a custodian that assaulted 3 girls over there. He was arrested. Okay, he was arrested. The school committee, Mayor Paul Coogan knew about that one too. Okay,
You know,
Yeah.
this what they voted on, David, was agreeing on an amendment
Yeah,
by a rep from North Carolina.
yeah,
Okay, so they still need to do more votes. They still
Yeah.
need more votes to do. So the bill is getting there. Like the bill is,
it's already 219 already.
getting there. It's actually 220.
Yeah, it's actually 220 now.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
220.
Oh, it just went up to 220.
Oh, it did already. It's
Oh
getting.
shit, 220 to 212.
You might say this House of Representatives passed it.
And you know
The
something, you might as well say that the Republicans won this one.
The Republicans have to stick together. They have to stick together. They can't do these no votes because they don't have a solid majority. They're going to have to stick together.
Yeah.
And
I have
like
to
the
ask a question.
Democrats do. They're going to have to stick
should know
together,
certain-
whether they're not going to get
certain news
everything
headlines.
that they want.
Okay, what'd you say, Linda?
I want to ask a question to notice the
Yeah,
certain news
Linda
headlines.
wants to ask you a question.
And Annalise, I have a question regarding recent news coverage.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot in my Facebook news feed from like Fox News, like Fox Channel, this and that. Some,
Yeah.
let's say Anytown USA, and they'll come up with a headline said, "This so and so Jay Smith has been in the United States for over 30 years. Left Iran with the Shah to exile. Came out. She was arrested when she was picking figs in the yard with her children, being detained. But they omit. They post that on the feed. They click the article. She was on a student visa, which was expired. Went to fraudulent marriage, which later ended. She got married. Never fixed him. Never. She was on what you call stay of deportation, which, if you read up on that, can be rescinded at any time. But they do the write-up as if she would be unfairly targeted. But they're burying the article, the details, but you don't see it you don't see on the headline they post on the social media platform.
I'm not sure what is the article referring to now?
It referred to a woman in Louisiana who'd been here since the 70s.
Oh,
She had come she was a student who come from Iran when the Ayatollah took over. Her student visa expired. She never cleared it. She had gotten married.
Yep.
But the marriage was fraudulent.
A lot of them do that.
Yes.
Oh, a lot of them do that.
She was on a stay of deportation.
Yeah.
For some reason, the grace period ran out on her. But the way Fox News wrote the article on the Facebook page, which came up my newsfeed, they painted her being, she's been here so many years, law by citizens, she's unfairly targeted. You click the article, there's details they don't tell you. They don't tell you in the Facebook write-up.
Well, what did she get deported? Did she get deported or not?
She'd been detained. Her student visa lapsed. She never remedied it.
Well, she should be deported.
She should, yes.
Yeah, she should be deported. They've done that. Where guys or girls marry in this country and they're citizens, but they're illegals. And ICE has taken the wives and the husbands that are here illegally. They have taken them away.
There's one write-up. It was a wife that said she was detained and she was still nursing a new her baby.
Yeah, well, they always have those stories,
Yeah,
but
But
the kids.
What I found out is that she had come as a minor and a mother skipped out on an immigration hearing. the daughter grew up, no one good mother's care, got married. Once you're adult and married, your parents' cases apply to you anymore. You got to get your own. You got to get your own case going.
Nothing. Look,
She never did
they're
anything.
Linda. These people are illegals. They're not entitled to anything. They
No, they're
have to
not.
leave. They have to leave the country. Okay.
No, they have to leave.
They have to leave with
My
their
question-
kids. With their kids.
My question is, if you would take proper care of the immigration process, why did you create families here, knowing anytime you could have everything go to hell?
Well, they don't think they're going to get caught. That's all. That's all. And they haven't until now.
And then it's I'm a victim.
Then they play
Well,
victim
sure.
after.
I'm sure she thinks that she is.
You heard of the alligator Alcatraz? Do you know? I was looking at a Facebook post on that, and one of the comments said, "So what are you gonna lock up the Department of Melania Trump? She's a naturalized citizen." I just can't.
They want to deport her. She's a naturalized citizen. How can they deport her? Melania Trump.
You can't.
These people are whacked.
She became a naturalized citizen in 2006. I looked it up.
Can't deport
Well,
her.
she's a naturalized citizen. I don't know how they
She's
can do
already
that.
a citizen of this country.
Nothing you can do.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Unless she's committed a crime, then
She's
that's
already a
different.
citizen.
She hasn't.
She's
Well,
already got
anyway,
her. She's already actually got her papers.
You know what? You're always going to hear stories of ICE
Ridiculous already.
making like these so-called mistakes because they want people to tell them to stop arresting the illegals.
People are just
That's
so
what they're trying to
ridiculous.
do.
But people actually obstructed them from doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not working.
We'll have another
Everything
show
that
tomorrow,
they've
so.
tried to do, it hasn't worked. Nobody is doing anything. So they should just be quiet and do their jobs.
All right.
And did you recall about the meatpacking plant in Nebraska, which lost half its workforce at an ICE raid?
Yeah, I saw that.
I found out that the agents separated the groups, those who were legally in the country with citizens, they put on one side, those who could not, those who were unlawfully there, they took. Would you believe that not long after the mass deportation, the company put an advertisement for jobs? There was,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Of course. That's
yeah,
that
so
is
much
just-
for the Americans won't do these jobs narrative, huh?
But what about
You
the
wanna-
drug war one in New Bedford?
You want to hear something?
Oh, lay it on me. Go ahead.
This is about Nancy Pelosi. A federal judge approved a class action lawsuit from 500 January 6ers seeking $350 million in damages from Nancy Pelosi.
Do tell.
The lawsuit claims Pelosi orchestrated the entire event to frame
all the
Trump and his supporters, labeling them violent insurrectionists. She
Well,
had help
everybody
from
knows.
the FBI too. How
We will
you
spill
like
the
that?
tea.
How you like that?
Didn't Trump request National Guard troops and was refused?
Right. Give the headphones to David. I want to tell him.
Oh, I got you. You got to hear this.
I gotta hear this.
You gotta hear this, ready?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Do
ready?
tell.
This is regarding Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
And it says a federal judge approved a class action lawsuit from 500 January 6ers seeking $350 million in damages from Nancy Pelosi.
Wow. Holy man, you can't make this shit up.
Isn't this wonderful?
This is wonderful. This is beautiful.
This is
Nancy
beautiful.
Pelosi's getting sued. This is beautiful.
It is. And the lawsuit claims
Yeah.
Pelosi orchestrated the entire event to frame Trump and his supporters, labeling them violent insurrectionists. She had help from the FBI too. Wow.
Wow. She had help from the FBI. This is beautiful. She's getting sued, man.
Yes. The FBI went rogue.
Wow.
I know.
The FBI had a hand in this.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Nancy Pelosi's getting sued right after her blaming Trump for the insurrection, right?
Yes.
This is so beautiful. She's getting sued.
I don't think she even understands what insurrection is.
That's bull. Yeah.
I
Good.
can't
I'm glad
wait
she's
to
getting
see.
sued.
I can't wait to see what happens with this.
Oh, I can't wait either.
I
cannot
can't wait.
Because you know something, everybody blamed Trump about this.
Yes.
The Democrats, the liberals, they blamed Trump about this.
And so did the media. And
the media, Main Street media and all, they blame Trump for this. Now the truth is coming out. Coming out. Good. I'm glad. Oh my God. I'm glad. You know what? Praise the Lord that the truth is coming out. Okay.
How much that site suppressed?
Yeah. The Main Street media.
Yeah.
Okay. The Main Street media also had a hand in this too. The Main Street media.
They should get sued as well.
Well, the Main Street media, yeah.
It says here that
the DC police officer, who they said was attacked by a adjacent protester, but he actually died of natural causes. He was alive. He left the premises alive.
Do you know how many people? You know how many people
by violence
killed themselves in prison?
And the media ran that narrative that it was a victim.
Yeah.
I just want to say about the bill, David, that is headed to the floor for a vote.
So the bill is headed to the floor for a vote. I want to hear what it has to say. So the bill is headed to the floor for a vote.
Yep, that's what it says here on the guy's post. I don't think they've started yet. Let me check if they've done anything. No, they haven't started yet voting for the bill.
I'm going to tell you right now, the Republicans got it.
Well, if they stick together and they all vote for it, they've got it. They've got it.
Because it's already 220 to 20.
Well, they have the majority, not by much, but the Republicans have the majority. If they all vote yes, the bill will pass.
They got to.
Yeah, stop with the no votes and get it passed.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to pass it. Because that bill's going to help out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it will.
It's going to add to the deficit, but to the debit. But guess what? At the end, it's going to help out. And you know what?
But you know what, David?
The liberals, they don't.
You know what? The tax cuts that President Trump put in his first term, if this passes, it becomes permanent.
Yes, it does.
It becomes permanent. So we want that. We want that.
We want it to come permanent.
That's right.
That's right. I want it to come permanent. So what if it adds to it? Big deal. And the liberals, the Democrats, they can get mad at me all they want. I don't care.
You know what, David? The more money people have in their own pocket, the less they rely on the government.
That's true too.
Okay. So you get to keep your money, more of it. You don't have to rely on the government because you've got extra money in your wallet or purse and you can go get what you need to go get without worrying about Can I afford it? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I carry a wallet, not a purse.
Well, I mean, a woman. Yeah, you a wallet, a woman. So, oh
You're funny, Annalisa.
gosh.
Just-
Let me.
you know something? We're glad that we met you, anyways. We're happy that we did.
Thank you. Glad to meet
Because
you too.
because when you first came to the house and we met with you asked us, I was like, wait a second. And I said, Linda, this is Annalisa. She's inviting us to go downtown. And we parked the car. Remember the flag and stuff?
Yes.
That was funny. I had my
That
flag
was
and my Jesus shirt on.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, I'll
Oh
never
my
forget that.
God.
I'll never
being told to
forget
go
that
home
one.
by somebody probably that looked at the parents that had a curfew.
You know, I have a friend of mine. Okay, you know, he's an independent. Okay,
Yeah.
and you know, but I'm not going to say what he is. But he's and you know, he voted for Trump too. He voted for Trump. He's an independent. He voted for Trump
Good.
too. And I'm going to send you a message, a private message, because I don't want to say it out loud on a live stream, so I don't want to. So that's why I'm going to. Let me see.
Well, President Trump did get a lot of the independent votes last year in November, so
Yeah,
that helped. That helped
yeah,
as well.
yeah. But you know something though, yeah, yeah. What I sent you is true. What I sent you
A
is true.
smart one. A smart one.
Yeah, he is, and he's a good friend of mine too. He's a good friend of mine.
And he's anti and he's not for illegal immigrants.
Yeah, he is. He's. Would you say, Linda?
He's not for, he doesn't favor the illegals either.
And he's never. And he's not in favor of the illegal aliens either.
Yeah, good. That's a normal. That's normal. That's a normal man.
Yeah, you know, and let me tell you, you see, and you know, when I have a conversation with him, he's very blunt about everything. I'm saying with his feelings about stuff. Oh yeah, you know, and also there's a lot of gay conservatives out there that like to that vote for Trump too as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of gay conservatives out there, believe it or not. If you notice.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
there are.
You know, I mean, maybe most of them are not for Trump, but there's a majority of them that are out for him. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
that think he does a good job. You know what I'm saying? That helps them out. You know what I'm saying? In a way. You know?
Mhm.
But I'll tell you one thing, okay? When you have a a gay community, that people do vote. They do. And a lot of them are independent, a lot of them are Democrats, a lot of them are liberals, a lot of them are conservatives too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're all mixed. Okay. So I mean, if you look at it, you know, I mean, they do vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? They do like him, but they're not going to say anything, a lot of them.
Right.
But that was funny though. The pride over there. That was funny. That was hilarious. I mean, we're over there minding our own business.
That's
And
right.
they start shit with us. Okay. They start shit with us. Okay. And then I even told my friend this, and and he laughed. He says, "Really, Dave? They started shit with you?" I goes, "Yeah." I had my Jesus shirt on. Hey, look, I'm a strong believer. Okay, and I believe in I believe I'm a Baptist. So when we went, remember the time we went down there? Where we wasn't even saying anything to them. Oh, stop the train! Come on,
right. No, we were.
Read, stop the train. What is wrong with you people, man?
I think your parents need to go to your school. I think your parents need to go to school to get a refund
on your
for them not teaching you reading correctly.
Man, I mean, I think you better go get a refund back from your from your school. My God, you know what I'm saying? It said tyranny on it. Oh, stop the tranny! What the hell is wrong with me? I started laughing. I thought it was funny, man. This was hilarious. It was so funny, man. I mean,
I didn't even know. I didn't know what they were talking about until you said, "Oh my God, they think your sign says
Mom, they need to go to school
trans or something."
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't at all. It was funny. It was so funny. And then here they are. And then when the police officer asked me to go across the street, I said, "No, this is a public sidewalk." But and then I was nice enough. I said, "Look, they say let's go across the street." And then they followed us across the street.
Yes.
But they wasn't even worried about their event. They were worried about what we were
They're
doing.
still yelling at us.
And they're screaming at us for no reason. I'm like, mental retarded. Bunch of screwballs. My God. They're screaming the hell out of us. I'm like, oh my God. What the hell is these people?
Did you guys have a a day for them in June?
A young person probably lives with the parents and still has a curfew. Like, see.
Oh yeah, that was something. The ladies, the woman said to Linda something about a curfew.
Go home. Go home. Like,
it's dangerous out here.
Really? She didn't say it was dangerous. Really? I bet you still live with your parents and have a curfew.
It's a curfew. Well, we've got a curfew going on.
David, David, you missed the point. I said she was telling me to go home when she probably lived with her parents and had a curfew when she had to be home at night.
Yeah. I mean, here they are. Okay. Here they are. Bothering us. Okay, but they wasn't even watching their event. Oh my!
Did you guys have a celebration this month?
Have at it. That's your right.
Oh yeah, we had a celebration, but yeah, we did. There was a celebration. Yeah, now we got the No King protest on 4th of July. Ruined my 4th of July.
No, sir.
Yeah. We got the No King on 4th of July. Ruined my holiday, my 4th of July holiday.
No, don't let them ruin it. Don't let them ruin it.
Fucking screw. I mean, they're ruining my holiday.
No, that's swearing, please.
No, ruining my holiday, my 4th of July holiday. Okay, standing outside. Okay, for no reason at all. No King protest. What is wrong with these people? I mean, what did they got, a mental illness problem or something?
Yes.
Oh,
Here's my suggestion. Go and live in the country, have absolute monarchy, and then get back to me.
I mean, if Trump was the king, you think these people would be protesting out there? They'd be arrested and locked up and thrown in jail. Are you kidding me? Trump says, I'm not the king. I'm having a hard time getting things passed over here. And Trump was trolling them too. On their profile.
Those people are so stupid.
They're dumb. They're stupid. They're not too bright. They ain't.
No.
If they were bright enough, okay, I use them as a light bulb. They were bright enough. It's pretty sad, okay? It's pretty sad that that they have to do this on 4th of July, okay? 4th of July.
Obviously, they're doing it on purpose, but you can't let them bother you. That's what
they
want.
ain't bothering me.
My suggestion: No King protesters. If you think that we have a king here, kindly go and take a visit any of these absolute monarchies on the planet. Brunei, Eswatini, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Vatican City, and the individual emirates of the UAE.
You hearing this?
Mm-hmm. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Go spend this time in an absolute monarchy and then get back to me.
No King protest.
They don't even know what they're talking about.
They don't know. They ho ho ho. Yeah, they sound like Santa Claus. They sound like a bunch of hoes, anyways, when they're out there.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to swear. I apologize. Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous already. It's nuts. I mean, you're sitting out there in the corner. You're making all this racket, okay, for no reason. I mean, for with bullhorns and everything else. Okay, yeah, you have the right. Okay, you have the right to protest. That's your right. Okay, under the Constitution of the law of the United States, that's your right. But I mean, what are you protesting for? You know what I'm saying? If you think you're going to get rid of Trump out of office, you have another thing coming. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Because you know something?
Keep dreaming.
I wish Trump runs again in 2028. That's what I wish he does. Okay?
Oh,
I would vote for that. I will vote for that man again in 2028.
I would too.
You know he can't run again, right, David?
I would too.
You know he can't run again.
But I know he can't run again because this is his last term.
No, I know, but
too bad. This is fun. I love it when Trump is in office, man. He's a character. Did you hear him swear a couple of times? He swore a couple of times to the media.
Yes,
he was mad at the media. Yeah. He was upset.
Funny.
Yeah, he is. And you know something? Let me tell you, but no King protest, man. This is ridiculous. Okay, it is. It's nonsense. I ain't worried about them because if I go to work and I see them outside, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna say, hey, look, hey, there's a hamburger going down the road over there.
No, you will not.
I'll say, hey, you. I'll say, it's Trump over there. I'll bring my bullhorn.
There's Trump.
Hey,
there's Trump.
I see Trump. I see him. I see Trump. I see Trump. Oh, here he comes. He's coming on the Air Force. His Air Force. The Air Force One. He's coming. Here he comes. I'll get them all. You know something? I'll get them all wound up.
Why would you do that?
Funny.
I'll say, hey, is my Uncle Trump over there? Hey, Uncle Trump, are you there? Because I want to go over there and ask you for money.
Stop.
It's funny, man. It is.
You know what? Tomorrow is President Trump is going to have a rally.
Yes, he is. Oh, is he?
4th.
Oh, he's going to have a rally
for
the 4th.
Iowa.
And Iowa it's probably going to be live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the governor of Tennessee is going to
I still can't believe how many people spread the misinformation that the United States Army's 250th anniversary parade was a private celebration for Trump's birthday. Can't believe how many people let that misinformation spread the lie.
Oh, they do that on purpose. So the governor of Tennessee is going to celebrate the whole year this year for something that Tennessee has for 250 years.
Really?
For the whole year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and you know who else is supposed to come to Massachusetts? JD Vance is supposed to come to Massachusetts.
When?
As a matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me go to Stephen Miller's. Hold on. Let me go to Stephen Miller's. We call it because it did send it to Stephen Miller. Oh, it's right here. Well, the Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to visit Massachusetts July 4 for a fundraiser beginning held for the Republican National Committee. The Vice President J.D. Vance is visiting Mass for July's fundraiser. So
he's going to be there July 4th on Friday.
Yeah. So he is. He's going to be there. He's coming.
So he's
But
going to do something for the Mass GOP on
yes,
the
he is.
national level. Well, actually, the national level. Yeah.
He's doing it on a national level. That's what
Well,
he's
yeah.
doing.
Well, that's better
JD.
than nothing. That's better than nothing, David, because the Mass GOP is doing nothing.
Yes, so he's going to do something. He's coming to Massachusetts to do something over here. So he's doing a massive fundraiser over here too.
Good.
You see what the fundraiser is about. Vice President J.D. Vance. Let me see here. Blocked it. I don't want to watch hot dogs. Vice President J.D. Vance is to visit Nantucket and the July 4th, and fundraisers will be held for the Republican National Committee. So he's coming to Massachusetts, really. I'm saying so.
Well, he's going to be in Nantucket to raise money for the Republican Party.
Yes. Attendance can pay $250,000 per couple.
What?
Yes, $250,000 per couple.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you.
Definitely.
The host committee is of $1,000 per couple to join Vance for dinner of the July 22nd event in the New York Times reported. The last time Vance was in Nantucket, he was in 2022 for a fundraiser for Nantucket Current, adding he was joined by Florida Senator Rick Scott and Ted Budd, Dr. Muhammad Oz, and
Dr. Oz.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming in here, and he's going to. And I think he's going to. I think he's going to do something with the GOP. So I think he is.
Yeah, he's going to raise money.
Yeah, he's going to raise money. That's what he's going to do.
Well, I hope they use it wisely.
I hope they do too. Yep, I hope they use it wisely too, and to support the Republican Party and use it for Republican candidates. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, because we do need Republican candidates. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Yeah, we do. We
Big
do.
time. Big
Yes.
time. I think they should get more involved. I think President Trump and J.D. Vance should come to Massachusetts or should go there more often.
Yes.
I think they should go there more often.
Because we do need more
of somebody should go to Massachusetts from the Republican Party more often.
Because he's coming, and it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be good. I mean, I don't have $25,000, so.
No, I don't either. But well, I mean, it would be nice if we went on the mainland instead of staying on the island.
Yeah.
It would be good if they went to Boston, those places. They might not be welcome, but they might be surprised.
Yeah.
They might be surprised.
Well, let me tell you. Do you remember when Bill Clinton came to Fall River?
No.
You didn't. I did. I remember because I was at that event when Bill Clinton came to Fall River. He was on the bottom of Kennedy Park when they had the helicopters and the federal government took over. The feds took over the police department, and no, it wasn't the feds. It was the Secret Service. They took over the police department because they couldn't trust the police over here, so they had to take over everything.
Right.
All the communications and everything else over here. They said, when you're done, you can have it back. But as long as when the president's here, here,
right,
we're in control of this. So and I remember when they had all the what do you call it? They had all the security, all the things that they check you as you go through.
Metal detectors?
Metal detectors all the way down. Yeah, every single metal detector I went through to make sure I didn't have anything on me. And so we were there, and and I wanted to see Bill Clinton really bad because I wanted to tell him what the heck tell him what was going on over here. You know what I'm saying? And I walked up one of the Secret Service. I says, hey, excuse me. I says, is there any way I could get to say hello to the president and talk to him about some issues and stuff? He says, right now he's talking. He says, you can't do that right now. I said, all right, no problem. He says, when he's done, he says, I'll go and ask him and see, I'll see what he can do for you. You know what I'm saying? But but he and then later he did ask, and then I went up. I met I shook Bill Clinton's hand, and I says, Mr. Clinton, I said, excuse me, Mr. President. I said, you don't realize what's going on down here, okay? I said, we have issues down here, okay, and here in the Massachusetts area over here. He goes, oh, he says, I know. He says, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, can you? How are you going to help us down here? You know what I'm saying? I says, are you going to give us some federal money and something down here? I said, that's what we need. Okay. But the homeless wasn't that bad after, you know what I'm saying? Before. The only thing we need was some federal funding so we can help out with the fire department, the police department, and a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? Like business. We needed more business down here. You know
but the federal funding would go to the state. It wouldn't go to Fall River.
No. But I already knew that. So and then he says, well, I'll see what I can do. And I never heard anything more about it later. Yeah. So I mean, maybe he sent it, maybe he didn't. So who knows? But and then even the Barack Obama situation. You know what I'm saying? When somebody, before I came to be a Republican, I was actually a Dem too myself. You know what I'm saying? One point. That was one point. And I was wondering, because I was new, with the president stuff, and I had no idea what was going on myself. And then I started learning more and then people are saying, "Oh, come on over here, let's help Barack Obama get into office. Let's help Barack Obama get into office." I'm saying to myself, "Wow!" I says, the first black African president. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, I started learning more about Barack Obama as I was going along. And then, people started talking about Michelle Obama, okay, her being a guy, okay. And I'm like, wait a second here. I says, hey, oh, wait a minute. Here I am voting for this guy, and you're telling me his wife is a guy?
Yeah, he's gay. I mean, you do know Obama's gay, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's gay.
I didn't know that. Oh my God! I mean, and here I am campaigning on his campaign with him. Holy stuff! Holy.
Why do you
really?
They do this all on purpose. He was selected for some reason. Barack Obama was selected. They knew he was gay, and they knew that he was never going to get elected if Michelle, whose real name is Michael.
Oh boy. Oh.
So they turned her into a woman to make it look like they were a normal couple, heterosexual couple.
Yeah, those kids don't look nothing like them at all.
Yeah,
I think those kids got adopted.
Those kids had surrogate mothers, had a surrogate mother.
Wow.
Because Michelle Obama is a man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she can't get pregnant.
Wow.
Because she's a biological male.
And here I am, and here I was on his campaign trail. No wonder he was smiling at me.
Yeah, but nobody knew at that. How do you think we got all this pride stuff?
Oh, okay. So it was because of Barack Obama.
How do you think we got this trans stuff? It's because of him.
Oh my God. I didn't even know this. No wonder I became a Republican.
You don't know any of the stories about Barack Obama before
No,
he
no,
became
no.
president?
I never.
Oh
All
my
they,
God.
all they said that Barack Obama is running for president. He's the first African American president to run.
Yeah,
And
I don't know if that's true.
So that
I
would
don't
not
think
even impressed
I
me.
don't believe that either.
That
Well,
that would not
um
even impress me in the least.
yeah, but I think
so
I.
so he, there were a lot of stories floating around about Barack Obama before he became president.
Oh,
But he was in Chicago.
yeah.
And
Is that right?
one of the stories
Tell them.
was
I'm on a live stream.
Oh.
I'm on a live stream.
I know.
Okay, I'm on a live stream. Okay,
You could be nicer to Jacob, David. Honestly.
okay. All right. So
so
and
that so
go ahead.
this is one of the stories.
Go ahead.
Okay. This happened in Chicago. Okay. And there was a man that was visiting Chicago who was also involved in the politics, right? In
Yeah.
some fashion or whatever.
Yeah.
And he went to Chicago and he asked some people there, who could he go out with to have a good time, to show around town, go out, have a good time. And
Yeah.
so they chose Barack Obama
Yeah.
because they were both gay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got together, and this guy came out one time, because he was getting sued. Barack Obama was getting sued about something.
Wow. Yeah.
And he came out and said what he did with Barack Obama when they met and went out that night.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. And do you
Wow.
know what happened to that guy? He was going to testify. Do you know what happened to him?
What happened to him?
He got killed.
Yeah. And yeah, I know that too. And same thing with the state representative too. That and their husband too.
Yeah,
I mean, any news about that?
I haven't heard anything. I
Yeah,
haven't
they're gonna
seen
cover
anything.
that. They're gonna cover that. They're gonna cover
Yeah,
that up.
yeah.
Big time.
It's being very quiet. Yep.
Yeah,
Very
they're gonna
quiet.
cover that up. I
You know
haven't even heard.
something's going on there. You know something's going on.
And you know something else too. I never heard anything more about the two police officers after anymore. The former police officers. What did that
Oh
do?
yeah, they're not. Yeah, that's gonna be quiet as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be quiet too, because Coogan's gonna cover
You
that
know,
up too as well.
do you know that Barack Obama, who was a lawyer at one point,
What happened with fall reporter?
when it happened in
Because
Chicago?
maybe we do police chief that the police cut off all the information.
Well, Linda wants to tell you something about former reporter. It's I don't know. Yeah, you tell her.
Yeah. Hello.
My ears are hurting now.
Yeah.
Michael Sylvia is one of the admins of Fall Reporters page. They also have a website. He had written a criticism of a criticism of the new police chief Kelly Furtado, saying that she was least qualified in the city's history. So what does the FRPD do? They rescind his access to information.
They rescinded what?
His access to any information. What was going on? What they're dealing with the community.
They're a bunch of tyrants, these people.
You think?
Oh
And
my
not only they do that, they give his scoops to other news sources.
That is screwed up. That is screwed up.
You think?
That is. How do you run a city like that? That is nuts.
Something going on with that picture.
Oh my God. Awful.
Wow.
Corrupt much?
Yeah, corrupt.
They're a bunch of crooks.
A lot of
These people are a
corruption
bunch
going
of
on.
crooks.
More than them people don't realize.
They're so crooked. It's not even funny. It's terrible. It's terrible.
How crooked are they? If they swallow straight print, it would emerge as a corkscrew.
There. It's just, you don't know what to do. You have to throw up your hands sometimes and say, God, you've got to take care of this, because you don't even know what to do
It's
anymore.
almost 10 o'clock.
He's like, Jesus, take the wheel here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we gotta
Yes,
sign
I
off.
was looking at the time too. It's
Yeah.
9:30 over
Yeah,
there.
and tomorrow we got a show to do at 6:30 too. Remember we agreed to do it Wednesday and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it Thursday night too.
Hopefully
Again.
the bill would have passed by then, right? Tomorrow.
Yeah. Because hopefully that the votes pass. But I think the Republicans got it though. I think so.
Well, if they
I
all
totally.
vote, then they've got it. If they all
Yeah.
vote, oh, they're starting.
Oh, they're starting right now.
It says on agreeing to the resolution as amended. Yep, they're starting to vote.
Let me turn it on. I see it right here.
Yeah, so all the Republicans are yay and all the Democrats are nay. And that's how it's got to be. The Republicans all have to say yes. They all have to say yes to this.
But how come it says they started Oh yeah, the total votes. They're totaling up now the votes.
So I think what are they agree now to the bill as amended. I think that this is what this is.
Yeah, they're totaling it up now. All the votes.
Oh my God, look at all the no votes. Wow. Do you see all the no votes?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Look at the Democrats. Like they're all not voting on this bill. What is going on with this? What is going on here?
There's something going on with this.
This is weird.
Yeah, what a change.
Okay, I don't understand. Wow.
No vote. That means they don't want it.
Well, no vote means they're not voting. So that means whoever's going to vote, if the Republicans, I don't know how this works. I don't
I don't know
know.
how it works either.
I'm not sure. Because right
watching
now
it.
it's 67-50 with the Republicans, but there are a lot of no votes, though.
67-50. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
They must be. I don't know what this is. I don't know why there's no votes.
Linda, how come they why is it going no votes? I don't understand that.
Well, people are questioning whether this is for the vote of the bill. I don't know if this is the. Don't hear anything. You can't hear anything. I don't know. Like there's no
Unless this is
explanation.
haven't cast a vote yet. Is that possible?
Could be possible that they haven't cast a vote yet.
I don't. They're voting on something, but I don't know what that is. They got 5 minutes.
So, one. Oh yeah. Okay.
Five minutes, yeah. Come on, second.
Oh yes. Do you see this as these totals get higher, these totals get lower? Observe. 8. Yes, these votes haven't been cashed yet. Don't you see that, David?
Yeah.
I noticed is these as the totals on the no vote, as the totals on the yeas and nays increase, the totals on the no votes go down.
Go
Observe for
decrease.
yourself.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
decrease.
So they're voting, but there's still a lot of no votes.
Yeah, but what they're doing, all these votes are going down. I see what's going on here now.
Oh, maybe they're doing a roll call and they're going yay and nay. And I don't, is that how they do it? Like it's a no vote first and then they call out and they say yes and no and the no votes go down. I don't know if that's the way they do it. I don't know.
Well, they have to call it out, I think. The Speaker of the House has to call it out.
Well, they have to do a roll call, don't they? Don't they have to ask?
Yeah, I think they have to do a roll call first.
See how close it is?
Yeah, but
And
I
look
think
at
the
how-
Republicans. I think the
look at how
Republicans
all the-
got it.
Look how all the Republicans and the Democrats are, yes and no.
I can see it. Yeah.
No Democrat is voting yes with the Republican, and no Republican is voting no with the Democrat.
The Republicans are the all yes votes. Watch.
They
97,
have to. They're going to have to do that, or else this isn't going to
99,
go.
already 100.
Yeah, it's
yes.
100 to 87. So let's get it
187.
done, people. Get to 220. Hurry up.
You need 218 to carry the motion.
What is it?
You need 218 to
We need
yes votes carry the
218
motion.
to carry the motion.
Yeah, hopefully it gets to 220.
But we need 218 to carry the motion.
That's a simple majority.
Yeah, that's why the Republicans all have to say yes. It's very important. It's too close.
Yeah, they need the 218, 220 to carry that motion.
It would be nice to have 220, all of the Republicans vote for this.
The Republicans already got 115. Now it went to 17.
Yeah, it's 117 now, but look at it. It's so close. This is just going to go right down the party line. Like the
That's
other
where
one.
it's
The
going.
vote was clearly split on party lines here, it seems.
Yeah, it is.
We got 120 so far. We got 122.
Oh, look at there's one Republican that said no. You see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
some-
two. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's already down to 218.
Did you know you can try Super Duolingo for free?
I wonder if there's going to be a Democrat that's going to vote yes.
I'll bet you any money it's going to be a Democrat that's going to vote yes on the bill.
I don't think so. I doubt it. I don't think so. They're not going to vote yes on this bill. Well, look at the Republicans with 2 no's. That is ridiculous.
They're rhinos. What do you want? Them are the people that need to get the hell out of office. Jeez.
Oh, fully charged batteries. Sweet.
All Already 2 Republicans voted no.
Look, you don't have to overthink everything.
Look at that. It's 138 to 136. That is insane.
Yeah.
We'll remind you 2 days before your trial ends.
We're 139 now. 140. 141. 142.
Yeah, and now it's 140 with the nays. Now it's 141 with the nays. 142. Now it's tied. Now it's tied 143 each.
Good. We got little kids over there learning politics too.
I see that. Hey, it's vacation. It's the 4th of July.
Come on, Dad, go home.
Oh, look at that. The nays just pulled ahead. Oh, now
Yeah.
it's tied.
I wanna break this.
Oh, look at one Democrat voted yes. Oh, they just took it away. Ah, come on.
150.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Come on. Jeepers creepers.
Playing around with the numbers. That's what they're doing.
But the Democrats can't even do one yes. It's unbelievable.
151.
Yeah, but they got 152, the nays.
$152, 153. See, you notice that the numbers are even almost.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because, like I said, the Republicans really don't have a big majority. They have the majority, but it's not a big one. Look at that. The nays are winning right now.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yep. The Democrats know just what to say. No.
Yeah,
They're
that's all
tallying up.
that's all they know how to say.
That's right. No, 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 no. That's why they're like really fast with the nose.
I'm gonna push some of it. Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
know, right?
yes, yes.
When they're 9.9 votes behind, 8, 9, back to 9. I don't know what happens if this doesn't pass.
Yeah. 163 to 173.
But there's still 55 more.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna be a close race.
This is crazy. Oh my God, there are 3 no's for the Republicans.
Wow. What a bunch of rhinos.
No. What in the world? These Republicans are dumb.
Yep. Some of these Republicans are stupid. Unbelievable.
Oh my God. I wonder if it's going to be the same kind of vote as it was last time with 4 no's.
I'm wondering too
Barely
myself.
passed it.
All right, so we're getting there. We're getting ahead.
No, we're not.
Well, we're 171 to. Oof.
190.
Getting ahead. I know. That gap's widening.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We still have time.
Somebody just said, can't believe 3 Republicans voted no, need their names. What? They're nuts.
Yeah.
What is wrong with them?
This is
Yeah, the
nuts.
rest have to vote yes, exactly. The Republicans, they all have to vote yes from here on out, pretty much. Oh my God, 4 Republicans said no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We'll catch up.
Let me see. They've got 181, 35 more to go. That's 206. They've got 95, 195, and 21 to go. 21 is 6, and what they would, it would be a no. They would, right?
Oh, we're at 182 now.
Let me see if I can do this math.
We're at 183.
Yeah, but there's
At 184.
32 votes are 31 now votes are left. So 185 and 31 would make it 216. And the other one is 15. Now it's 14, and that would make it 216. It would be a tie. It would be a tie.
Yeah. It would be a tie.
If the 31 remaining no votes all vote yes, and the 14 vote no,
How many deadlock?
it's going to be a tie.
It's going to be a deadlock.
And then maybe the vice president has to come in and break the tie again. Is that how it works?
I think so. Yep. I'm watching this right now. It looks like it's going to be a tie again. Because we had 4 Republicans say no.
Yeah, so if again, if the remaining 29 say yes and the remaining 13 say no, then it's a tie, 216, 216.
Yep.
But they all have to say yes.
I believe nothing.
They all have to say yes, of course.
Yeah, the 29 Republicans all have to say yes.
I don't believe anything.
Because the Democrats are all going to say no.
Of course.
Right.
$188 for the Republicans. I think the majority of the Republicans are going to say yes.
They have to. They have to say, all 28 of them have to say yes in order for it to be a tie.
Yep. 189. This is going to go on all night.
No, I think they have a time limit.
Huh? I'm watching this whole thing now. Okay, people, Fall River Media is live and watching the Republicans and the Democrats and watching the numbers being flip flopped back and forth. So we have 189 to 201. So just calling out the numbers. Now we have 190 to 201. Calling out the numbers.
No, 190 to 205.
190 to 205. Sorry,
Yeah.
190 to 205. Now we have 191 to 206.
So there's 9 more votes left for the Democrats, and that's going to go. That they're all going to say no. So that's going to end up being 216, like we said, and then the
Which is
rest of
218 is done.
and the rest of the 25 for the Republicans, they all have to say yes to tie 216.
$192 to 208. Calling out the numbers.
10 more no votes and it's over. It will not pass.
Yes, we need a Dem vote. I'm reading the comments. It would be nice to have a Democrat, 1 or 2, say yes to this bill instead of all of them saying no. I can't believe 4 Republicans said no. That is crazy.
Yep. I can't believe it either.
You know, there is no such thing as a perfect bill. Nothing's going to be perfect.
No,
Okay.
no, of course not. None ain't going to be
So
perfect.
these people that said no on the Republican side, it's like you're not going to get everything that you want.
No,
Okay. You're going to have to give a little and take a little. It's not
That's
going to
true.
be the way you want it to be.
nope, that's true. You have to give a little to take. You have to give a little to take. How they say, give a little, take
get-
a little.
You have to give a give and take, actually.
To give and take.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's no such thing as a perfect bill. It's not going to have everything. These 4 that said no, it's not going to have everything you want. Just like President Trump, I'm sure he would want a lot of things in that bill, but he knows he's not going to be able to get it. So there's a compromise. And the Republicans should know this at this point. Ugh, it's so blatant.
And Republicans and the Democrats don't know this.
Well, I'm talking about the Republicans that said no, that are like no
Yeah.
on this. Why are you voting no? This is
'Cause they're
too
not too
close to doing this. You know, it's too close. The remaining 24
Yeah.
are going to have to say yes in order for it to come out to be a tie.
Yep. The remaining ones.
You know, all these Democrats that are saying no doesn't look good on them either because they don't want the tax cuts to be permanent. They don't, they don't want to give their constituents no taxes on Social Security and overtime. Like, why are they voting no for this?
This is ridiculous. This could help out families and stuff.
Yeah, and they're going to get tax credit. I mean, what is wrong with these? It looks like it says, yeah, here the comment says, yes, JD will tie break.
JD Vance.
Yeah, well, if it ends up being 216, yeah, that's what's gonna, I guess. Somebody said it doesn't pass if it's tie. Right. And then I think the vice president has to come in.
JD Vance will have to come in and break the tie.
That does
JD
it for the Senate, not
JD
for the
does
House of
not
Representatives
vote
here.
in the House. He is president of Senate. So he doesn't. I was wondering about that. So JD is not going to vote in the House.
Vice President
Nobody
is
really knows.
Senate,
Nobody
never
really
for the
knows.
House.
196 to 213.
Massey hasn't
Oh,
voted
it does
yet.
look good.
Somebody said. Oh my gosh! You mean to tell me that if he votes no, then this bill isn't going to go through? Oh boy! Oh boy!
Trump will send it out again.
I don't know how. I don't know. We're gonna see how. I'm trying to read the comments.
197.
If anybody knows,
197 to 213 still.
this is not the final vote.
We
A
need
test
21
vote.
more yes votes, David.
Oh, this is not the final vote.
Okay, so what's this about?
Well, I mean that's what they say, but
What
I
is
don't know
that?
if anybody really knows. I don't know. I don't think people really know what is going on here.
I don't even think I know.
I really don't know either because I don't think.
Me either.
Well,
Yeah.
this feed that I'm watching isn't saying anything. There's no. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, there's no voice. There's no audio. So I don't know what's going on.
$199 to $213 still.
Okay, they're not following live. I don't think.
Now, this is not the final vote.
Well, that's what somebody said, but who knows?
Process.
There's zero time
I can never be in
remaining.
Congress.
Okay, so we got 199 to 214.
Yeah.
I want to be fair with this.
Somebody said this is not the final vote.
Takes a lot to vote on these bills.
4 Republicans are
It's a
getting
process.
fired.
Four Republicans are getting fired for doing that. Oh, yeah.
You know they can't be fired from the House of Representatives, David. It doesn't work like that.
Well, to voting. I mean that they're not gonna get reelected. Somebody said that Marjorie Taylor Greene voted no too on this bill. Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's speculation or what.
Yeah, probably speculation going on. Here we go. $201 to $214.
Yep. So they're almost done. The Democrats are almost done. They just have 2 more votes left.
I think this is going to be a tie there somewhere.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
If Matthew hasn't voted yet, he's probably going to vote no, and then this doesn't pass. I don't think by one vote. I hope Massey will do the right thing and
I
vote
hope
yes.
Massey does. I hope Massey does the right thing too.
If he hasn't voted yet, I hope that he's going to vote yes, because his vote is going to screw up everything, and the president is going to go insane.
Yeah.
President Trump is going to go insane if Massey votes no.
Yeah.
And he's not going to win re-election. Massey won't win re-election if he does this, if he's going to do that. I'm from Massey's state, and that guy is cooked. People are pissed.
Yeah.
If he doesn't vote yes, he is cooked on this. Because, oh boy, I'm going to see what happens here.
And I'm seeing what happens right now. I'm looking right at it on my phone.
Yeah, somebody said, why did the Republicans vote yes? They changed their no's to yeses, and why is this?
201 to 215.
So why are they voting no now? Somebody asked. That's a good question. I don't know.
Now it went down to 211. 201 to 211. Took his vote back, I think. Now we got 202 to 211.
It's
202.
No,
Yeah,
202 to 215.
I'm look. What's going on with them numbers up there?
Probably switching the vote. I don't know.
You got to look at the bottom. The totals are the bottom. 202 to 215. You see it totals on the
Yeah.
bottom? Yeah, that's you're looking at the Democrat has 211 and the Republican has 202, but the totals are 202 to 215.
That's confusing. Okay, I see it. I think there's going to be a tie in there.
It better be because Massey is screwed. If
Massey,
Massey
yeah.
votes, if Massey votes no, he's screwed.
He won't be Massey won't be reelected again.
It's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done for sure. He's done. They're crazy.
Yeah, they're all nuts. The House of Representatives. Oh, this is fun watching this. I have nothing else to do to watch this.
I want to know. I want to see what Massey does if he has not voted yet.
Come on, Massey, vote. And do it
And
right,
vote
or you're not
yes.
going to be elected. And
Yeah,
vote
and vote
yes.
yes.
And vote yes, because you will not be elected. All the media news is watching.
No, I don't think he's going to be because he's not doing well right now, and it's in Kentucky.
So he has no choice to vote yes.
Yeah, these 4 Republicans need to go for sure.
Yeah.
They're nuts.
Yeah, they need to go. The 4 Republicans that voted no on this bill needs to go. And we know James is watching. Right, corruption everywhere. Well, Massey's not doing well, so I mean, I hope he does the right thing.
What's happening? Oh my God. Still one from the Democrat. You know that they're going to vote no. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, you bunch of rhino bastards.
They can't change their vote, right?
No, they
Once
can't.
it's yes or no, it's done, right?
It's either a yes or a no.
So they can't change their mind. Oh well. Okay. Wow. All right.
Oh my gosh. These people, man.
I can't believe 4 Republicans said no. I just can't.
I can't either.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
Well, you know they're not going to be elected next year.
Yeah, people are gonna want to know who they are.
I want to know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious myself and why they voted no.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm kind of like really curious myself. But I don't think this is the final vote either.
Somebody said that this could last a while.
Yep. I usually do the chat too.
Well, you don't have to stay on, David. If you want to go, you can go. It's okay.
This is going to be.
Oh, there it is. It's done. The Democrats are done. So all the Democrats voted no, and 4 Republicans voted no. So they got 216. So no votes are 14. They all have to say yes in order to tie this.
It's going to be a long day. Did you see it? I said made a comment. So we get Democrats 203 to 216.
The Democrats are done. Democrats are finished voting. They all voted no. Now it's the Republicans that 13 of them haven't voted yet.
So the Democrats are already done voting.
They're done. Yeah, they're all done.
So let's see how many Republicans vote.
It's 204 to 216. And the Republicans have 12 more votes to go. If they all vote yes, it's a tie.
Then they got to do it all over again.
I don't know.
They've been doing it all over again.
No, these are amendments. I don't know if this is the final
The final
vote for the bill.
final
I don't
vote, yeah.
know.
This is a long live stream. I think we agreed to 8:45.
You can go, David. It's all right.
No, this is fun.
Oh, okay. Let's these Republicans, they know, these 12 that haven't voted, they know
Yeah.
that if they all say yes, it's tie. If one says no, you're gonna have one very unhappy camper.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
But yeah, I am gonna go because I ain't staying up all night like this.
Well, none of us are.
And
Oh.
because I have a show to do tomorrow night with you again. So
Yeah. So you
at
can go.
6:30. So, but anyways, and Elisa, I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow night on
Yep.
Fall River Media News, and hopefully that this bill passes with the Republican by the House of Representatives. So and we got more stuff to talk about. We'll talk about something else, and again, we'll talk about who won who won, either Democrats or the Republicans. Okay.
We'll see what's going on. Yep. See you later. Good night.
See you later.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night. Bye. Bye. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, didn't I just leave? No.
No, still there. Okay, you did. Listen. This is Fall River Media News. I will. I will give the results tomorrow night. I'll keep checking to see who. To see if the Democrats or the Republicans won. One of them. So I want to have everybody listen. Good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 6:30, and then we'll find out who won. Who won the debate? Would it be either the Republicans or the Democrats? Right now the Republicans have got 205, and the Democrats got 216, and so the Democrats are already done voting. Now it's the majority of the Republicans now. So take care, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. And stay tuned for more of the charade that's going on in the and the House Republican and the House. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. This is Dave Mead for Media News. Have a good night.